It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Welcome back, everybody. It's week 2 of season 3, Fortnite Frenzy, powered by the Marines. Mario Papsy here, sitting next to my wonderful man, Blendy.
Hello.
How are you today, my man?
I'm very okay.
Okay.
I'm not good. I'm not bad. I'm okay.
Just meh?
You know, I'm meh.
I can
meh,
deal with meh.
But it's going to be a good night, Mario. And so hopefully I go from meh to yeah.
I mean, we usually, in the night, kind of feeling ourselves way up here after watching all of this high-paced action. Rumblings are we're getting a lot of familiar faces showing up for week 2 again from season 2, since we're in season 3, which is awesome. And I know that's something that a lot of the guys that are probably tuning in, showing up today, that are maybe not familiar with the point system or how the structure works or what even they're playing for. So you want to kind of take it over from here and explain what they're even playing for or how the points and all that works for the event that we got going on?
Of course, Mario. So last week we had a lot of great action. Let's see who won from each location. So right here,
Bam.
let's see what we got. So, starting off at Colorado Springs, one of our Walmart locations. Looks like our boy Monarch here took first place there, won himself 10 points there. Toxic right there, right below him, 6 points. Free Waste with 5, and then CXICK, I can't say letters, with 4 points. So, as you can see, it's basically first place always gets 10, and then it goes from 10, 6, 5, 4. So, every point here matters, man. So, like, if you're over at one of the locations, you got to try your hardest. Even if like it's just one more game that you win, that could be the difference maker there.
Most definitely, yeah. Obviously, you always want to try to put yourself in one of the top 3 placements because there is such a spread on the points difference being 10, 6, and 5 compared to the 3 from 5 through 8. But like you said, Bundy, we've seen, as we did last season, it come down to a split between 1 or 2 points, which just means a 3rd and 4th place placing. As we switch over to Fort Worth here, we see Dreams dropping I want to say he got like a 12, 13 kill victory last week, and it was insane.
You know what? I'm going to say I'm a Dreams fan. I mean, most of the time when we get players playing on the streaming stations, they're just dead like a robot. They're just like focused on the game. They get like a 20 kill game, and they're like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Dreams, every snipe he would get, every like cool kill he'd get, I'd see a reaction. I'd see a smile. I'd see something, and I love it, man. I mean, he's a really good player. I think he's one of the newer players here for Season 3, so let's see if he could take it all the way home. And hopefully, week number 8, we're casting over him in the finals. But moving on over to Oakland, one of our favorite locations, Mario. Rogue in first place. I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. And just look at that row of murderers for the top 5 placements. Every single person there we've seen throughout the season just destroy lobbies and make it to, winners or losers finals, doing bracket resets. And Rogue was one of those people that we talked about where he unfortunately didn't qualify because he was sick and had to miss out on 1 week. And that's a beautiful point that you brought up, Bundy. It can come down to one of you guys just not showing up or showing up to qualify for our end of season event that we got going on, which we'll talk about later. But I'm super excited to see a lot of these guys kind of make a name for themselves here inside the Esports Arena locations.
Yeah, and over at Orange County, our home location here, this is our home city, Mario. You got Max up there with first place with 10 points, High Distortion there with 6, and Rapper with 5. And I mean, all these players on the top 8 list, they're all really, really good players. And I wouldn't be surprised if we could see like Zoom go up to like first place week number 3, and he makes it to the finals somehow. Because every one of these players are absolute slayers, and anything can change, Mario.
We've seen some crazy things happen on some of the nights that we've been casting, Bundy, and a couple bracket resets as we hop over to Roseville here. You see Humpbuster in first, Aiden, and Magic, and most of these names here aren't ringing any bells, rolling over from Season 2 at all. I think, if anything, Lyric, I might recall his name.
Yeah, so Humpbuster, he was in first place last season. Well, he was actually playing in the finals. So I know for a fact Humpbuster is a really good player. He's always really consistent. He's one of the more consistent players over at Roseville. So let's see if he could, make it to the finals for this season as well.
And then obviously one of our other top producing, I'd say, locations, Spokane Valley, just week after week, continuously showing us what they can do. And maybe a little bit of a mix-up here. Go to Bed Trigger was our Season 2, one of our finalists, and he's in second place right now. So something we talked about, anything can happen. And you see a list of other names here that are kind of mixing things up as well. But how would you even say the first place name there? Are we just going with the last four and call him Cassie?
Cassie?
Cassie? I like that.
I think Cassie's a very nice name. I think we should call him.
It can be... it can be either or. I like it.
Yeah. I do like it. But what I also like is a Tulsa location. Nate in first place. I know we spected him a couple times last week. Pretty good player, He had some unfortunate drops, but I mean, you could tell by his play style, like the way he was building, editing, his aim. He's a really good player. So, hopefully this week he can take first place again and secure some 20 points moving on to week number 3 there.
Most definitely. And then obviously the other big name that we see on stream a lot, iSuperior, holding down second place. So just going over all of these names, guys, we're calling out a lot of familiar names to us, a lot of new names, and that's both what we're super excited. We like seeing guys grow where they've kind of come from and where they are now. And then to see new players come in and just kind of mix things up when we already, I guess, kind of had some, I don't want to say favorites because we don't have favorites, but I guess we have some people where we know how skilled they are. And look. Wow.
Look at that. I love how every time it just shows up there, we just become like showgirls from The Price is Right. And we're just like...
We get so excited because that's what we talked about. It was a mad day until right now when we got started, Blendy. So I'm ready to get on board. Are you?
I am. Colorado Springs. Starting off with Colorado Springs here.
Let's thank the bus driver and get going here.
You have, Mario, I can't stress this enough. If you don't thank the bus driver, it's GG's, buddy. Don't even drop. You're just going to die right away. So
automatic disqualification, I think. So
it's actually in the rule set that if you don't thank the bus driver, automatic DQ. So
we've had to disqualify a few people, unfortunately, throughout the season. Just kidding, guys, in case you were taking that comment serious, because we've had some people get scared about some sniping, some umbrella moments on stream, a lot of crazy things. So we're hopping on board with round 2 here, and
looks like our boy Chris is here on stream. I remember him. I remember his name. I know that he was one of the finalists over at Colorado Springs. And let me just point out, look at that fresh Esports arena gear.
I like it.
It's beautiful.
He's rocking it, and he's proud of probably being able to, like you said, call himself a champion for the arena. I mean, I'd be pretty happy walking in Season 3 saying, last season, you guys got to look out for me. I'm the man.
Exactly, man. I mean, because, there's a lot of good players, but if you're able to say, yeah, you know what? I beat all of you guys consistently for 8 weeks, and now I'm playing the finals. I mean, that's pretty good, reason to have bragging rights,
Yep. And there's not a lot of events that reward players for consistency or provided that many opportunities for players to continuously try to qualify. Again, there's 8 total weeks that we're going to be doing this for you guys. Every Friday night we're still doing the 2 different age brackets as well, right? The 15 and under and 15 and over?
That is correct. So the 15 and younger one, if you guys are ever interested in going, starts up at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, I do believe. So
if they want it, they got to get here early.
They do, huh? They do got to get there early, but hey, honestly, if you're, because I know a lot of people show up to the arena early anyways to play and warm up. And I mean, what better practice than playing in another tournament before the main tournament to get practice? You know what I mean?
I'm right on board with you there, Blendy. So
I want to point something out right there. I think that's very interesting how he dropped over at Pirate Camp, which is one of the, it's not as hot. It's normally no one drops there. And we talk about this every week of different people's play styles and where they drop and how they play the whole game. But I think it's pretty interesting that instead of taking the baller that was inside the house there, he decides to use that jump pad and just kind of leave that baller behind. And I think there's 2 negatives to that because, one, it's a baller, and you can rotate very easily. And 2, now he just slots out on a jump pad, which might save his life later if he gets like third-partied or he needs to like run away from Storm or something. So
those quick escapes are, like you said, the pesty Storm when you got to cover a lot of distance. I'm kind of on board, wondering why he decided to make that move. I eyeballed that baller as well and was like, free protection as I maneuver around the map, and like you said, the speed.
It's basically like 150 shields there because like people shoot you out, and you're kind of like preparing yourself mentally of like, okay, my baller's about to be destroyed. I just need to build and then just clap these guys real quick, you know?
It's a lot similar to my feelings about the Bush.
Okay.
I brought up the fact last week that unfortunately I lost a match to a Bush, and I was really upset.
and then remember one of the players here died to a Bush. He got sniped from like 150 meters out or something like that.
So it made me feel a little bit better, yeah. But obviously the Bush adds that annoying element where it kind of cuts out some of your peripheral view or where you can actually see, you know? And that's annoying. It's kind of, I guess, unbeneficial, but you get that free damage tick when someone shoots at you on the first bullet, which is so, I want to say, OP.
Yeah, man, I have like a love-hate relationship with the Bush, right? Because I feel like it's a double-edged sword, like you pointed out, of like, one, you do get that free damage tick, but like it never fails Mario. Every single time I put on a Bush and I'm like, dude, I love this thing so much. And then I get in an actual gunfight, and then like for some reason they don't shoot me, and I have this like dumb Bush on me, and I'm like, wait, I can't see anything now.
And you got to run around for 10 minutes until you get into another gunfight, and you're like,
and I just gotta pray that one of these dudes hit me with a shotgun, so I can like, so I can just have that Bush off me, so I can finally see. And another decision I want to put out there. So he went in Pleasant, which was one of the hot drops where all those drones are flying with weapons. His loadout's pretty okay. It's not the best, but he shot down like what, like 2 drones inside to leave?
Yeah.
And I mean, with that, you know, with the hot drop there, there's so much good loot. I mean, it's so easy to walk out with like a Scar and like an RPG or like really, really good items, and he decided to leave with this loadout. So I mean, you know, maybe he's just like, he's feeling kind of rushed right now, and kind of like, oh, you know, like I want to get all these kills before he goes down because there's 44 people left.
No, that's something really important to point out. There's only 44 people left. He might be trying to push back a little bit since he is, it looks like round 2, maybe behind a kill. But, I mean, with so much valuable loot there, him being so close to the slipstream, he had so many viable options to maneuver away from the Storm and have plenty of time. He even has, if I remember right, that extra jump pad, so plenty of time to get loot here. I can't tell if he sees this guy off to the left or not.
You got it, I mean, because I even heard it there. So there's going to be 2 teams here. He's going to try and go for the sniper. Unfortunately, he's going to miss. Luckily, he does have the high ground here. He has a good amount of loot and, you know, mats as well. So if I was Chris here, I kind of just keep my high ground and go for these pop shots with this combat shotgun, because like we were talking about like off stream, this combat shotgun has so much range and it does such good damage that, you know, like keeping that high ground is so important. He's gonna try and go for that shot there, and look at that I was talking about, man. That was like a 70 shot to the body, takes one player out. Another shot there, can he finish off? No, he can't. He goes down, unfortunately, and he didn't even get that that finish either, unfortunately. So he's gonna go down, and it looks like I Try, aka the Beast there, actually wins this round because he had 1 kill already from the previous round.
And that's probably one of the toughest things that we see happen a lot in Fortnite. You know, the collection of kills, trying to get the confirmation once the guy is down is pretty tough there. And that's some valuable information that you brought up. There's a new version of the shotgun in the game. We talked about it a little bit off stream, just to kind of bounce some ideas off each other, what we thought might work or what might not work. And I have to agree with your assumption that I like that new purple or gold tack way more than the pump, because the time between shots with the pump, it's just rough to deal with. And we saw him, like just in that situation with the combat, able to down one guy, one shot. It looked like the guy might have been weak, granted, but then able to land almost 2 shots, just didn't connect with the third. If he did, he walks out of there almost half health, perfect opportunity, 2 kills. Now he's in the lead, pressure's on the other guy there. But that drum shotgun, the combat, I mean, the pump, there's what, 4 shotguns, 5 shotguns now? It's
man, I'm losing count. So there's a tac shotgun, and then there's a new shotgun, combat shotgun, and
the pump,
the drum shotgun, and the pump. So that's no, you're 5. So I was just snapping.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 5 if I count correctly, which I can't count. We've already discussed that.
Our math skills are not always accurate.
Yeah, you know, and I play Fortnite a lot. You play Fortnite a lot, and I always hear the argument of like, oh, there's too many pumps now, and there's some negatives to that. But I feel like people don't really see the positives in that. Of before early game, you drop in somewhere and you'd get like a burst SMG or like a pistol, and then you'd be like, well, I mean, I'm gonna die because there's like 3 squads here.
Right.
But now with like 5 different types of shotguns, it's more of a chance for you to get a shotgun right off spawn. And even if it's a white tack, I would rather take a white tack over like a pistol in the very beginning.
I mean, that's been one of my probably most frustrating things with Fortnite is the shotgun, no matter which version it is so essential in winning a gunfight close range. And to take certain versions of that away or kind of trying to maneuver around what the community wants is something that's always frustrated a lot of people, like you said, that play a lot of Fortnite. But me and you know that it's so hard to collect kills without a shotgun in this game. So I don't know. We've talked about ARs, all the other types, heavy snipers, everything else that they've added, but the shotgun just seems to be the gun that just everyone keeps coming back to no matter what. So we'll see which one maybe people decide to kind of use tonight because they just added that in yesterday.
Ooh, I think it was either yesterday or like 2 days ago, but it was pretty recent. And I feel like half the people I play with are like, dude, I love this new shotgun. It does so much damage and it's so much better. But then I have like my other half of the people who are like, yeah, this shotgun's like trash. Like I don't like it at all. It's not good. So like I said, we have a lot of players here at our locations, and they're going to be using different types of shotguns. You have different preferences. So let's see what shotgun reigns superior today.
So we're going to be hopping on board over here, seeing what's
semis in Tulsa. And look who's playing there. Our week number 1 champion, Mr. Nate.
And this is something that you pointed out that I'm pretty sure we're going to see with Nate, but he's a stone-cold assassin. The motion on his face just is... It's not there. He doesn't care. He has no feelings for you.
Stone cold, like ice in his veins. It reminds me of Crimsix in Call of Duty, where like this dude gets like he kills the whole team, or he gets like a ninja defuse, or he does like some insane play that like everyone freaks out about, and he's just there with his controller, like, yeah, I mean,
just brushing his shoulders off like nothing happened, and
just doing the little like the little hand thing where he's drying off his hand there.
Just getting ready for the next round, like he's been there before, and obviously. Nate's looking like he's been there before. He's already racked up 4 kills, trying to kind of just extend the lead here.
Yeah.
And a perfect opportunity to hop in the slipstream, gain some distance.
And I just want to point out 2 things. First of all, hello everyone in chat. I see you there. JC, he's been supporting us since like the first week of the first season. So JC, welcome back, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Lil Wang is here. One of my friends is here.
Appreciate that.
Say that name, Core Steel.
Looks like Core Steel.
Steel. So Steel, hello. How are you doing today? And the second thing I want to point out, Dymide from Oakland is not playing this week.
Oh.
Because I have some insider information that he is not in Oakland today.
Oh.
Yeah, he has some family stuff to take care of. So,
okay.
Like you pointed out earlier in the cast, do you think missing out on that 1 week is going to like make that difference? Because last season, Dymite was, he had 70 points. That's 7 wins out of the 8 weeks. Or no. Yeah, I was right. So that was interesting,
It's definitely hard to come back, and unfortunately Nate just gets double teamed there, so not a whole lot he can do there, but...
It looks like he left, too, so we can't even spectate who was... A
little bit.
Who was there? So, Nate, come on, buddy.
I told you, he's a stone-cold assassin. He's
I think it's because Lazy died, so that's fine.
Okay, so they're already starting over, but to get back to the point that you brought up, I mean, we know how good he is. So
yes.
1 week might not make the biggest difference, but we said that the top 5 people in Oakland are monsters.
Yes, and I want to show something real quick. If production can do me a favor and show me the bracket, or not the bracket, but like the standings for Oakland, because I want to point something out there, because we always talk about how good Oakland is and the people up there, because I believe, so Rogue, first place, Devin, second place, Dice, third, Riser, fourth, and Dynamite, fifth. You know what's really scary about Oakland? Any one of those players that I just named, the top 5 there, they could easily be first place. So, say Rogue wins this week again, 20 points up, and Dynamite, he's going to stay at the 3 points, obviously, because he's not here this week. It's going to make it so much harder for Dynamite to come back, because he's gonna have to win every single week from, from next week.
And the other people, even if he pulls out those first place victories,
Rogue can get like second place or third, and those it adds up, my friend.
and that's one of the things that's really tough is when you have other people still collecting, 6, 8, 3 points. As long as you're getting, I believe, top. You're gonna steal my camera. This is my camera time,
sorry,
Blindy.
sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Zen.
But I mean, it's a beautiful point to bring up, and it happened last season for us where 1 week can make the biggest difference, and specifically in that location of Oakland where any one of those guys, like you said, can take home and collect 10 points. That's going to be really hard to come back on. And
Oof, man, it really is, man, because we always talk up Oakland, and there's a reason we talk them up, because every single player at that location is just so good. And, like, I play with a lot of them sometimes, and it's just, like, it's not even fair, because there's times where I'm like, oh, dude, I'm popping off. I got, like, 6 kills right now. Like, okay. And then I'm playing with, like, Dice and Devin, and I look, and they both have, like, 10 kills, and they're just like, oh, no. Cool, I guess.
Well, and one of my favorite things that you brought up with the Oakland location that if anyone in chat didn't get to see last week, make sure to go watch the video highlight. They threw themselves a little cosplay event, which was pretty cool. So maybe the powers of the burglar skin will come into his his help and save him a little bit. Maybe get him some extra point. I forgot, Blindy.
Please, enlighten me.
If I recall, and maybe we'll get some confirmation on this, but I think certain weeks this season are going to be double points.
Yes, that is correct. We don't. Let's see. I have them somewhere. I believe. We need confirmation. I think it's like the 3rd week and the 6th week or something like that. But like there is double points. That's a very good point to bring up, because like we're talking about for Dymide and any other players.
So we just got confirmation, Blindy.
Yes.
The last 2 weeks.
Okay, so last 2 weeks. So hypothetically, say you're coming in, like you just find out about the esports arena like next week, and like say like Rogue has like 30 points at that point, and you're like, man, I can't come back. Well, yes, you can, my friend, because it's double points. So we might see some upsets, man. I'm actually really excited about that, just because, I feel like it's not determined who's going to win by, like, the 4th week. But like, you kind of see some, like, differences of, like, okay, this person has 40 points, and the person right below him has, like 22 or something like that.
Right.
And, it's pretty clear of, like, okay, like, obviously this person in number 1 is going to stay at number 1. But that's not the case this season, my friend.
The double points is really going to make things interesting, and it's going to make I feel like more hype moments those last 2 weeks, because like you said, that's a 4 to 8 point swing between 1st and 2nd place just on the double points alone. So you could, as we saw earlier, be sitting in 3rd or 4th, come and just win that one time on those final 2 weeks and be walking home as one of the qualifiers.
You could win the last 2 weeks and get 40 points, and that is a lot of points. That would easily bump you up to 1st place if you're like in like 4th or 3rd or something like that. So I mean, we might see some upsets here. And going back to the gameplay, Nate actually went down a little bit earlier, and now it's all up to the Lazy Train here. Lazy Train currently with 3 kills. This man needs 1 kill to tie it up and 2 kills to win. He has a pretty decent loadout. I mean, he's got that shotgun and the drum gun, which is very close for good, very good for like up close. And look at that nice shot there with that Magnum.
I was gonna say he's trusting himself here to take these shots out in the open with no shields at all. He's pushing this guy, gets cornered, hopefully able to land this last shot.
He's got to be very careful. That combat shotgun took off a lot of his HP. And just one more combat shotgun in the head is going to go. There you go. So he gets that kill. It's currently tied up 4-4 here. So, worst case scenario, if Lazy Train goes down here, it's going to go to game number 3 because we got that overtime. But, I mean, by the way he's playing right now, I feel pretty secure by saying that like he might move on just because he's got a good loadout. He's going to have 100 HP right now. And he had some pretty good edits there. Obviously he didn't edit a lot, but he made the good edits there.
I mean, he's doing everything. He's got the skills that we like to see, this far into the gameplay. The biggest question is if he's going to be able to get his hands on shields or not.
Yeah.
Especially because we're playing duos, so, we've seen a few people get pushed. That makes it a little bit tough when you can only take one good, well-placed shot before you go down.
Man, that shield is definitely the difference maker, man, because like you said, we're playing duos at the moment, so... Oh, and look at that. As soon as you say that, a llama there. Llamas usually have a good amount of shield and a good amount of mat, so
Even if you can just maybe find those new chug splashes.
Ooh, I love those chug splashes.
Right? Like the speed of being able to just throw them down after a gunfight.
Look, Mario. You beautiful man, Mario. Just the caster curse, Mario.
I told you we needed to get us one of those crystal balls, and maybe that's what we'll do is just make Fortnite predictions before each game.
You know, Mario, I'm going to call you out. Last week, you said you were going to bring your DICE shirt, and you didn't bring it.
It's in the works.
Okay,
It's in the works.
Work in progress.
I don't see him in chat, but our man was showing us a lot of love last week.
Yes.
And no, I'm definitely going to get the way the dice fall shirt made and
hey, look,
send a few over to Oakland.
It's our good friend Viking in the chat. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Do you follow him on Twitter?
That man is the best person to follow as far as insider information. If you're looking to kind of just tighten up your gameplay, you're wondering why you're not winning the competitive gunfights or, you know, the storm wars and all that stuff that you're really trying to pursue your competitive Fortnite skills.
You have to follow him on Instagram. I mean, I checked recently, Mario, and I have 64 days played on Fortnite, right? That's like a couple thousand hours. And there's times where I'm just scrolling through Instagram and I see Vikings posts. I'm just like, did not know you could do that. So I have 64 days played.
This is why I don't even. You got mad at me earlier because I didn't invite you to play, and that is because you would put me to shame with the amount of days and the amount of knowledge that you have into this game, and you want me to embarrass myself.
But I do. Like, no, see, it wouldn't embarrass you because you'd be like, hey, this is my friend Blendy, and then I'd do really good, and then they would be like, damn, Mario's a pretty cool guy.
I think I got the salt emote. I know how to drop salt on people.
Okay.
Ooh, beautiful.
What a nice shot there. He's knocked him out. All he has to do is finish him, but he's going to go for that kill there. And GG's. It looks like our boy got this duo wipe there, moves on in the bracket. It looks like Nate is currently going to, I believe this was the winners brackets. I believe he's going to drop down to losers, which, I mean, oh, so this was losers already. So Nate's actually going to go down.
Ouch.
Which means he's not going to get his 10 points this week.
Unfortunately, and a beautiful thing to bring up, first place last week, already out.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're talking about, man. Like, you have to show up every week because some weeks it might be an off week. I mean, you play a lot of Fortnite. You know how the RNG is sometimes. Sometimes you get really good loot. Sometimes, you know.
I want to ask you a question because, like you said, I don't have the 64 days that you, but
of course.
Recently, I've been putting way more hours into it. Have you noticed an increase of scars? I feel like I've found more scars and more shields.
Shields, yes, just because we have minis, we have the the half pots, and we have the chug splashes.
Oh man!
So I know I could see there be more shields because there's more in the loot pool. I don't know about scars. I think you're just very lucky because I think I played all day yesterday. I probably found 3 scars.
Wow.
All day. So.
Because I remember last week we were casting over somebody.
It was Nate. You remember he kept dropping over at that
the sky base.
At the sky base.
Yeah.
And like, we casted like 3 of his games, and 2 games he had scars, and I was just mind blown. I was just like, okay, is this the spot? Like, do we have to drop there?
So don't tell Nate. But I totally stole that idea from him. Landed at sky base 3 times. 2 out of the 3 times, purple or gold scar.
Really?
I don't know if maybe that's some kind of like RNG magic. Maybe you guys can test our theory out and try to see how it goes.
Was it the same sky base or was it a different sky base?
Good question. I will have to do some more testing.
Okay.
So
come back with your research next week, Mario, please.
I'm going to put in a request for work. More research time into Fortnite requested, please. They're going to come and I'm going to be just sitting at my desk. Research purposes,
I
guys.
could just see you like dropping there, and then you get a scar like, yes. Let me
tally up. That's all I'm going to be doing. So
it's going to come back with like a like scars, and there's going to be a bunch of tally marks, and then no scars will be like 4. It's just like, yeah, it didn't work.
I'm going to bring the stat sheet in next week and have it up on a whiteboard. Actually,
round 2 in Colorado, we got Chris. Chris is back.
Wow.
Hello, Chris.
Look at that setup right off the bat.
You know what would be really cool? If they could just like hear us. If I'd be like, hi, Nick, or Nick, hi, Chris, and be like, oh, hey.
I feel like that would get them a little bit more hyped because we've seen the players and the crowd get really into it at moments. And I love that you brought up Chris because last week, man, he was one of the people that was cracking a smile when things were going his way. Or
That was actually Dreams.
was it Dreams?
It was Dreams.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I love Dreams. I mean, he's a very good player and he's on controller, and I just love like how because I've been there before, Martin, and I know you've been there when it's like a very close game and you need like one kill or like you need your opponent to die to win. And it's all in fate's hand. Like, if you're dead and you're just waiting for your opponent to die, like, you can't do anything. It's just like fate. You just have to wait. And then I remember how he needed one kill to move on.
Yep.
And then he got pushed by like two squads. And he ended up like killing them. And then you can see at the end when he got the last kill, he's just smiling. He's like, I did it. I did it.
He knew that situation was rough. And you could kind of feel that. I love this. I'm going to take a second to pause because I love the fact that he decided to go back to get the baller.
It's like you heard me.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried because he doesn't have redeploys and he's flying this high in the air, but we've seen enough Fortnite players to know that unless he goes up against a sweaty squad, they're probably not going to land their shots, so he doesn't have too much to worry about.
Man, the amount of times I'm up in the air with a baller or like an ATV and I just get shot out and I have no redeploy, and that's honestly like the worst 3 seconds of my life when I'm just like falling to my death and I'm just like, no, I'm like, there's nothing I can do right now to live. Like, I have no jump pad, no redeploy, I don't have a flintlock, so you're just falling down just like, yeah, I'm about to die. So
I kind of wish you could do
cool.
your emotes in the air because I would just do the popcorn as I was falling to my death.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
It'd be very funny. But our boy Chris here, pushing up on 2 teams, it looks like, already knocking out one play. Did you see that new airstrike we were talking about last week? Let's see if it can actually like do something. So it's going to confirm that one kill that he got. So it's currently 1-1 as Rewind did get a kill earlier. Let's see if he could finish off this team and hopefully, you know, move on in that bracket because it is a loser's side. So whoever goes down here, whoever loses, that's a GG, buddy.
Doing a really good job of making sure he's getting kind of build control here. Not exactly sure what's going on as far as the opponent goes because he landed some good shots. Looks like he might have been able to heal a little bit here as Chris tries to get the top angle, lands one combat to the head, drops him for 74, and now it's time to just pop these minis, but now the stinks come out and he's got to move quick.
Man, it's just such a horrible feeling when you get pumped and then you're getting stink. He has 30 HP left. He drops on all the way to the bottom. He does knock that one player, finishes him off. I believe, I might be wrong here, Mar, but I believe there was another player there. Am I just imagining things right now?
I'm not 100% sure because I feel like I heard some other noises or some shots come in, but no one's pushing. We don't see him push for the loot from the first guy that he knocked down either, but he's able to collect on both those guys, get the shields and the health, the campfire, everything he needs here. The grin comes out on his face, and looks like Rewind went down as well. So, being that it's round 2, it's looking really good for him right now.
I like how like a Rewind just said that was clutch. That's exactly what I was thinking because he was really low, man. He was getting stinked. He had 30 HP left, and he fell down like a pretty good distance. I'm surprised he didn't take any fall damage there, but
yeah,
you know, he was able to clutch that out, get those 2 kills, and now, you know, this is the best feeling in the world, Martin, when like your opponent goes down and it's still early game. I mean, there's 40 people left, and for now it's just Chris just running around getting as many kills as possible, and you know, just making that kill lead just a little bit higher and making it harder for Rewind to clutch up in some round number 2 here. Exactly,
and that's one of the things we kind of saw that I'm wondering if it kind of just comes into play here is he's doing a really good job of not being afraid to challenge, but he's putting himself in a situation where it's okay for him to challenge at the same time. You know, Rewind had already went down, and as you heard Rewind say, that was clutch for him to pull out that victory against that squad there. But even if he didn't, he was still walking away in this round the victor, and he goes into the next round just knowing he's got to hold himself, maybe, again, just let Rewind's kind of either put the pressure on himself or really pull out the victory there. And we see a lot of people going for these sky bases here, but not a whole lot of action ever going on anywhere near these things.
Yeah, the things with these tourneys, Sumari, they got to know is that every player is different. You're going to have your players who are like just really, really good at the game, and Ooh, there's actually people in lazy there. I barely saw that ramp be built there, and so did Chris. So he's gonna go ahead and push up here. But I just want to point out, you always have to feel out your opponent of like, okay, this guy's really aggressive. He's good at the game, and he goes for a lot of these like early game kills.
Yep.
So in that case, you gotta drop a little bit hot. You know, keep up with him, because if someone gets that lead in the very beginning of the game, you have that pressure the whole game of like, man, this guy's up by like 4 kills or something like that. I need to get aggressive. But if it's a player who you could tell is not too good at the game, you can drop somewhere like not as hot like lazy or fatal or like even Sunny Steps. I don't think anyone's ever gone to Sunny Steps, Mario.
Not that I can recall, and I'm going to kind of piggyback on what you said about just the game knowledge or experience, the recognition of knowing what to do. As you pointed out, he was starting to push that squad into lazy, recognizes that the storm is starting to collapse, and now he's just playing and being an edge guarder here, which it is either the first or the second storm kind of closing in here, so it's not going to do a whole lot of damage to these guys, but 1 or 2 well-placed AR shots here will knock these guys down, and then he just has to collect on the other guy here. So trying to get some information. A snipe comes in from behind, but it doesn't sound like it's on him at all. So he's really just trying to figure out where these 2 guys are coming in at.
So he did find those players. Now they are going to be weak from being in the storm for so long. He's going to try and take some shots. They're not going to connect just yet. He does have a good amount of mats, not as much as I'd like, but it should get the job done here. Gonna go ahead and go to aggressive, get the high ground. This player's, like I said, he's got to be very weak. He just came out of the storm. He might have 100 shield, but his health has got to be very, very low here. He's gonna box up here and try and go for some picks. I don't think he knows where this player is just yet, but he can't let this player get the high ground, because if he just boxes up and let this player get high ground, that's one of the biggest mistakes I would see players do. It looks like he's actually gonna go on down his baller and possibly leave this fight. What do you think about that, Mario? Because you know this player's got to be weak. He was in Storm for like a good 10 seconds or so.
That was the biggest thing, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, he missed like the 7-8 shots he had the opportunity to land on before this guy was able to box up. I want to give him credit and say that he was able to lose track of this guy mainly because the tree got in his way when he was trying to build that top pyramid. Kind of lost sight. I don't know how, in all honesty, what I would do here, Blendy. I think I would try to stay and continue to push this fight for the main fact that you said the guy's kind of weak, but just being the fact that he kind of lost track of where that guy was in that tree, it makes me a little bit nervous, but my man has...
He's got that gold combat, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it does so much damage, and especially him being on controller, he got that soft aim assist, so like if you're close by, and you just like hit that L2, I mean, it's a guaranteed headshot, and it'll do like a good 170 damage or something like that. So, I mean, maybe that 1 kill might be the difference maker. What I personally would have done in that situation is destroy that tree so there's no more like obstruction and no more like, where is this guy? And gone for the kill, because Storm is coming up, but you don't have to worry about that because you got that ball and you have all these slipstreams, and it is a kill race, so every kill here is gonna matter.
And that's probably one of the biggest differences that I think you touched on a little bit earlier is the format that these guys are playing. And, these aren't, it's not the arena.
Nope.
This is just regular.
Placements don't matter here.
Yeah.
It's just how many kills you can get.
And that kind of changes the strategy for the people that you're going against as well. So I was kind of being harsh on the guys earlier, talking about rotations and things like that. These guys play usually, scrims or in competitive format. What they're going up against right now is probably a little bit out of their element, only because it's so random,
Yeah.
I don't care what game you play, pub matches are completely different from a competitive setting.
Exactly, man. There's just so much RNG, just because in pubs, everyone's just going for kills. No one really is going, you are going to have those players who want to get the win, obviously. But for the most part, all these players, you hear fights, you hear, gunshots, they're going to push because they want to get as many kills as possible. And, so there's a lot more RNG just because they're going to have, you don't know what weapons they have. You don't know if they have, full shield. You don't know if they have how many mats they have. There's all these factors that are so important here. And, I see what Chris is doing here. He's going to try and play a little bit slower, but like we pointed out, it is a kill race. You got to get as many kills as possible. And right here, he's in a good position to at least try and third party. He does have that blue AR to do some damage. And look at that 60 and then 28 body shot there. That is a good amount of damage on him. He has to kind of he needs to push up on this or do something to claim these kills, because there's about 12 people left. So you know, the kills are definitely dwindling down right now, Mario.
Most definitely, like you called out, there's only 12 left. There's at least 3 people. He's landed shots on almost every single one of them. How he hasn't at least knocked one here is beyond me at this point. And he's not third-partying or putting the pressure on because these guys still haven't recognized that he's here.
What a shot. They're sliding down the hill. They're able to connect on that player. He's actually going to get, what was that, 2 kills there? So making that lead just a little bit bigger. Than now he has all this loot to himself, Marion. I mean, nothing's more beautiful than killing like 2 duos there. And then you're like, hey, I have all this loot now. And look, he had almost no mats. And now he's pretty decent on mats. He's got a gold scar, that gold combat, and so much more.
The only reason I'm questioning the medkit pickup is because he has 2 campfires there.
That's true.
And I'm guessing that maybe he's not the biggest fan of the airstrike since they nerfed it since it first came out. Because
I got a rocket launcher.
Yeah, I'm more okay with it now because it's not as overpowered.
Oof.
But the fact that it's able to clean up a guy that you've knocked is so huge in these kill-based formats.
Ooh, and come on, he's got to go for some shots from this player in the air. He's not going to connect just yet, so this player just might have full shields. He's actually going to decide to just leave with this baller because, you know, I kind of agree with this player just because you have no idea how good that player is, how his health is, and the storm's coming. The last thing you want to do in a setting like this is have these storm fights where you're just stuck in the storm, and all it takes is one pump shotgun to not even kill you, just get you real weak, and that storm's just going to finish you off.
And I want to take a second to recognize Nuclear Nick in chat, maybe bring a question or ask you a question about what he's talking about here, Bundy, because he says he could have had a rocket launcher, and I'm kind of on board with you a little bit there, Nick, but I want to bring up this question. He has a sniper as well, so are you going to go for the long distance picks, hoping that someone like this situation here is sitting still, or you can catch that sniper off and collect, or are you picking up the rocket launcher, hoping for the splash damage? I mean, for me, Blendy, I'm going with the rocket launcher.
100%, man. I mean, these picks are, you know, these sniper picks, they're good. Like, it comes in so clutch. In situations like this, where this player's at least like 200 meters out, you can go for like a nice snipe there and get them. But with that RPG, man, it's so good for third parties because 2 teams might be fighting there, and you just get high ground, RPG, and it's an easy like 4 kills there. So, you know, that might be the difference maker there. Like you said, he has 2 campfires. No reason not to have both. Yeah, see, that's good. Because, I mean, he doesn't need that med kit just because he has got 2 campfires. And it is towards the end of the game, so realistically, he's not going to be popping that camp or that med kit because if he does get shot, these players are pushing right away, and you have no time to get that med kit off. So let's see if that might make a difference in this game because these kills keep dwindling down. There's only 4 people left here. He does have that 3-kill lead, man, but you want every single advantage you can have in this game out here.
Yeah, and that's the biggest point that I want to touch on that you brought up, Lindy, is the fact that it's so hard nowadays in competitive Fortnite to pull off a med kit because of the amount of time it takes.
Man,
so
it just feels like a player shoots you once and you have like full shield. He might shoot you for like 35. And they're like, one shot, and they just like push. It's like, dude, you shot me once for shield, buddy. What are you doing?
Nope.
And looking at the chat here, it looks like everyone kind of agrees. I mean, we got Pat in here saying, if I was playing it now, I would get the rocket launcher, just push everyone because, like Nick said too, it's so useful for 1v2s just because you're already at disadvantage because you're fighting 2 different people. If you have that RPG and just catch them off guard, it's going to be so useful because even if it doesn't kill them, it'll do like 130 to them, and that'll definitely like get them real weak there. Does winning get you more points? No, Pat, it does not, my friend. So this is a kill-based tournament, just like the Friday Fortnite format. So you just got to be aggressive, get as many kills as possible, and just build up that lead on your opponents there. Let's see. Anyone CV still alive? So for CV, we currently have Red Star and Hallen over in OC, and then we have Rogue in Oakland and Humpbuster over at Roseville. So, yes, Dymide is not playing this week, so that is unfortunate. Where's Conster? Conster is not in CV.
And this is exactly why earlier, Blindy, anytime I get a baller, I try to... Ooh.
Nice shots. They're 72, right?
Yeah, able to third-party those guys and just beam them. So now they have to worry about it. They're getting third-party as well, so this might be his opportunity here. But looks like he's just trying to prepare for the future here and box up a little bit with this brick. But, I mean, he's got to watch his mat count kind of spinning him this late, I guess, or early.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you there, Mario, because he has. I mean, look at that. He has 700 wood. He has 800 steel. So I mean, realistically, he's not gonna go through all these mats unless obviously he gets like shot by like the 5 opponents in here right now. So I would start building out a brick and metal, especially if he's gonna box up in 1-by-1 here. It just kind of depends on the circle if he's gonna close on him or away from him. And look at that. He's gonna close right on him, and he boxes up right away. He realizes like, okay, I can set a base here, and he's good because those players are up there. They're gonna have to rotate to him. So they're either gonna run to him, or they're gonna use that jump pad. If they use that jump pad, I mean, he's got that scar, man. It's gonna definitely do some damage there. He's going for some picture with that sniper, but I'm kind of like scared of him, Mario, because like he keeps getting sniped from that opponent on his on the side there as well.
And that's a scare. It's good that he risked that because he picked up a little bit of information. Both people up on this mountain have sniper rifles, so he's gonna have to watch for the double snipe wall break to come in here, which can definitely hurt him. And like you said, as soon as they get that connection, they're gonna push here. And now he's got 2 different teams pushing him from each side.
Mario, and I don't know if you saw that. So the opponents up on that mountain there, they have a heavy sniper and they have a rocket. And you know what that means? Shoot the rocket. As soon as the rocket's close, heavy sniper that wall. Easy kill there. It almost caught him there, but he was able to survive there. And like Nick pointed out in the chat too, he has every amazing gun in the game. He's got a gold scar for good for up close and for far range. And he's got that gold heavy combat shotgun, so it does so much damage. Look at that. He's going to push up one player, try and take the wall there, but he's going to confirm the kill there. Can he confirm it though? The player has a minigun. He's got to be very careful with this minigun. I'm going to try and go for the high ground here. He is a little bit low. If I was him, I'd pop these shield, but he's going to go aggressive and try and get that finish there. But he's got to be very careful, man. He might get one pumped here. And look at that. He's not able to do it. He does confirm that one kill there, though. He's going to go down, man. I mean, I gotta agree with Nick here, though. He missed out on so many kill points just because he was boxing up. And if he was playing arena, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, you know, you're going for placements. Placements matter. But that's not the case here. We're doing a kill tournament. It doesn't matter. Like, if you get first place, I mean, cool. You know, you got first place. Doesn't get you anything. There was times where there was like 20 people left, and he just boxes up or like camps up on a mountain, and you know he is in the lead by 4 kills at the moment right now, 5-1. But you gotta think, man, like how many kills did he miss out on by just playing very passive there?
And I think that was maybe going to be my only question, or try to maybe read his mind. Is I think as the circle got smaller, the number of people got smaller. Maybe he was just hoping that they would engage on each other and he could third party. Because we've talked about before, when 2 people push you, it's kind of hard to expect to win those engagements unless you can catch one of the guys off guard.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in that situation, both teams just decide to kind of pick on him and chase him down, and he gets tagged up in that situation. So not a whole lot he can do there. But I'm definitely on board with you. We've seen a little bit slower gameplay tonight, and I'm going to, I think, hopefully contribute that to these guys just being used to that arena competitive, you know, waiting for the storms to move, tunneling up. Again, I started in my head casting, like you called out, no, he's got plenty of mats. There's only 6 people left. In my head, I'm going, 6 people left, tunneling up. You're going to burn through 500-600 mats like that. So, but again, did a great job, Lenny. Recognized the situation he was in. So
thank you.
This is why you're here, my man. I appreciate it.
Exactly. See, I meme around a lot on stream, and I make jokes. But there's times where I have my moments, Mario, where it's just like, damn, Blendy, good insight there.
We're going to have to get the star. Blendy moments.
Very rare, but, you know, they do come sometimes. And, you know, going into game number 2 here, you got to hope that Chris kind of learns from his mistakes there and gets a little bit more aggressive because I mean, he had that gold combat, man. He had that gold scar. Yeah. And he was playing a little bit too passive. And even when he was in that 1-by-1, I thought he was going to at least, like, go for picks or, you know, do something. But he was just trying to snipe players that were, like, really far out when there's a team right next to him. He could have just gone for some easy scar shots there and, you know, clean them up earlier.
And he did a really good job earlier of disengaging a fight, getting a low ground, catching a guy off guard.
Yeah.
Really curious why, again, knowing that this is a kill-based format, you're trying to third party and just really stay out of direct fire if you can. Both teams pinched there. He could have easily taken low ground. I want to say he had 2 campfires and some minis still. So
2 campfires, minis, and a med kit. He probably couldn't have popped that med kit off, but I think what kind of got him killed there is he got aggressive when he had 80 HP and he had 6 minis there. And, you know, I feel like that's a difference maker of, like, guys who are really good at the game and guys who are just, like, average, just because, you know, we'll see a lot of these really good players, like pro players that, like, they know how important health is.
Right.
And there's been times where, like, I'm in a fight and I'm like flustered because I'm like, okay, I'm getting pushed by like this many teams, and I have minis in my inventory, and I don't realize that, and I start getting aggressive, and then it just kind of hits me. Sometimes like, wait, I have minis and I'm not getting pushed right now. I gotta pop these real quick because, I mean, with how, what's the word I'm trying to use here? I don't want to say inconsistent, but like the shotgun damage is so like all over the place. You know, like sometimes you'll get like 150 shot to the head, other times you'll get like 40.
Right.
And it's so unpredictable to the point where like you have to have like every single like amount of HP, because I see a lot of players sometimes too where, you know, it's going towards end game, and say they have like a chug jug or something, and they have 100 HP and like 70 shield, and they're like, well, I'm not gonna pop this for 30 HP, but it's like, why? The game's gonna end right now. You're not gonna use it when you win. You might as well use it now and get that 30 HP, because you don't know if you're gonna get sniped or you're gonna get like hit by a trap and lose 150 HP, and then you're gonna wish of like, man, I really, really wish I had that there.
It's funny you bring that up because we actually won a game yesterday or the day before after getting into a fight.
Was it when you didn't invite me to play with you, Mario?
It definitely was.
Okay,
yeah, I'm
I just
sorry.
wanted to confirm there.
I got a dub without you, Blendy. I apologize. And
Continue, I'm sorry.
I think my partner went down, had to use the revive van, got out of the gunfight with like 5 health.
Okay.
So, I mean, perfect situation. I feel like we've seen that a few times on stream where guys anywhere between 5 and 20 health, you know, not even a partial bandage, slip juice, campfire for a few seconds, you know, all of those minute details make sometimes the biggest thing that can get you the victory. And sometimes you don't even know or learn what's the best thing to do until you can have yourself practice in a situation or environment like we do here at the Esports Arena every Friday. So. And
look at that, Rewind actually got a kill there. So it's currently 5-2 here because Astro Chris did get that kill at the very end there. So 5-2 right now. He's getting pushed by a team here. He doesn't have the best loot in the world, man. That infantry rifle, it could do some damage, but you have to be so accurate there with that. And he's got that pump shotgun as well, but look at his mat count, man. If he gets pushed right now, and these players try and go for a build fight, I mean, it is not looking good for Chris if that's the case. So
being this high, the only thing I think is in his favor is maybe having the redeploys.
Ooh, yeah, the redeploys, and someone's actually third-partying right now. So it might work out for Chris if they start fighting each other, and he just kind of sticks to like long range with that infantry rifle there.
I love the fact that the man's pulling out the emotes right now.
And look at that, another kill by Rewind.
And this was part of the problem with Chris that you pointed out we were seeing last game. He's in the right position situations, just maybe being a little bit too timid, a little bit more passive. And now he's kind of giving the control over to Rewind, like you pointed out. He's collecting on 2 kills and now starting to basically gain back the...
He's like making that deficit so much smaller.
Yeah.
Chris, he's going to get another angle, which I really like what he did here. He's going to hopefully get some kills here because, like you were pointing out, Mario, Rewind is not playing around, man. He wants to get these kills here. He's going to, you know, I feel like he's kind of overbuilding here because he doesn't have too many mats. He needs like triple ramp pushing right now, which if I had like less than 300 mats, I would not be doing that. But he does knock one player at the moment. He's going to try and confirm the kill or at least get the second kill here and see if he can be able to do so because he does have that other team that's going to push on him very soon. Going to try and push with that shotgun, but he's got to be careful, man. I mean, you don't want to go down here.
And like you said, he's continuing, I don't want to use the word waste because it sounds mean, but being a little bit, I guess, free with his mats, misses the shotgun.
He actually hit him.
Did he?
He hit him for like 30, but he barely got those toes, man.
Pyramids the guy. Maybe just going to try to collect on the down.
Oh, man, he had to go for a pump there. And he's got to be careful now because that player has that drum shotgun. Like we were talking about earlier, Mario, that drum shotgun can be so nasty at times. He does confirm that kill, which is good. Now he has a one more player he has to worry about here. Can he get that pump shotgun shot there? He does hit him for some white damage. Can he confirm the kill, though? Yes, he can. And I kind of like what that player was doing of like trying to like get him with that trap. But Chris, just too smart of a player to fall for that. He does get that kill, but now he has to worry about that other team pushing up on him right now.
Exactly. The benefit is kind of in Chris's favor that there's 2 traps, or not his, so he won't get any points for the kills, but might be able to at least get out of this situation alive if they help him out here. Again, great that he has a pump and a green AR, full health and shield right now being at 50, so he's not in a terrible spot, but there's 2 guys, they have high ground, and he's got to make the rotation as well. Rewind is slowly, like you said, shrinking the deficit, and there's still, that we know of, almost 30 people. The trap connects on somebody, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, so that might be a free kill for Chris there if he goes and confirms that, just because I believe that player that put the trap down originally left the game, and it looks like Rewind actually goes down there, so it's GG's to Rewind, and Chris is going to move on here, and he's kind of showing why he was a Season 2 finalist there for the Colorado Springs location. And I want to go ahead and point out our boy Nick here in chat. I'm not sure if you remember him, but he plays a lot in the OC location, so he's very knowledgeable. He keeps putting all these tips in there as well, and he just pointed out my best friend Red Star over at OC right down below us here. He just wiped the whole team. Woo! First game, so hopefully it goes well for him. Hopefully we get to see our OC boys over here do some work and put in that work. But Mario, we got to go on a very quick break. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we'll have some more amazing Fortnite gameplay for you guys.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fortnite Frenzy. Are you okay, Mario? You kind of.
You didn't get a little bit of a workout in and
Do that for 24 hours? Yeah, I'm kind of sweating now. Like when I saw that, I started doing push-ups right away, dude. So like, you know.
I'm glad we did it off stream so no one could see how many like sit-ups and push-ups we can actually do, because it would shock you guys.
It'd be embarrassing how many push-ups I can't do because I suck.
I was gonna lie and go the other way, but
welcome back to Fortnite Frenzy, powered by the Marines, and look what we have here, Mario. Tulsa is playing a match, and now we're gonna watch the match, and now we're gonna commentate over that match. So let's see what we got here, Mario. We got our boy Rec and I Superior,
and I believe they're both in our top like 3-4 placings as well. So this is going to be a good matchup to see. Obviously, it's winners finals. He's getting pushed, doesn't connect with the shotgun, tries to land the trap.
Solid shots there, by the way, man. That white tack wasn't doing a lot of damage, but he was definitely hitting every single shot there. And like you pointed out, I think Rec is in our top like 3 or top 5. And as you can tell here, he's got really good like editing, really good building skills there, and his aim there, impeccable, some might say, Mario.
These are the things that when you watch somebody, you know, when they're streaming or playing in a format like we are right now, you just automatically go, yeah, this guy's got it.
Yeah, man. Like, when we spectate certain players where it's like, yeah, they know what they're doing.
Let's just sit back and enjoy the performance this man is about to display for us here. I mean, obviously, still a really close matchup.
2-1 right now. So.
Yeah.
And I also want to point out, this is the winners finals. So the winners here goes on to the grand finals and plays for 10 points. But if they lose, they get 6 points, which still a lot of points there. Every point matters there. And I want to point out how Rec has such an OP loadout. He's got that gold scar. He's got that combat shotgun, which we were talking up earlier. And he has that heavy sniper to either like hit people with from really far away or to just take walls, man.
Exactly.
And I mean, Mario, the amount of times where I just kind of get so scared of, like, I'm in a box right now, and I just hear the, like, and, like, I know it's a heavy sniper. I'm just like, oh, my wall's about to get taken. And there's nothing you can do, Mario. There's nothing you can do.
It's one of the strategies I've kind of wanted to bring up and question what you do in that situation.
Nothing.
You know, exactly. Sometimes you just have to play and exactly recognize that that's what you need to do is prepare for the other person having the better position or situation on you, and recognizing that. And like I talked about earlier, that only sometimes comes from experience. You called out earlier this man had a great tack and was able to win that gunfight against the guy that had a blue combat. So that in itself is huge. That shows the skill gap there. We see I Superior making a different rotation here, so maybe he might have seen some teams building or.
And Superior actually picked up another player, so currently 2-2 tied up right now, and you know it's kind of unfortunate just because there's 30 people left and the first circle is barely closing, so you know less goes for them. But Rec is gonna push up on one player, take off his shields. He's gonna go for an edit there, and it's gonna clean up this player. Hopefully this player does have a trap, so he doesn't get trap killed. Goes through the ramp, and there we go. Gets the first player. Can he get the second player though? You gotta wonder which builds are his so he can kind of edit through. He's got to be careful not to, you know, like to have all these walls claimed, because if any one of these walls aren't him, he's gonna get edited on. He's gonna box up there, make his own wall, go for the high ground there. He is lacking a little bit on mats, so he's got to be careful not to waste mats. Nice pyramid there. He's gonna go for the kill there. 77, not done just yet. 21 HP there. He's got to be very careful just because he is very weak and he has not finished that first player that he knocked originally. So you gotta see if he's gonna try and go for a heal here or something just to get some more HP. Gonna try and go for the kill though. That other player is also very weak. He knocked off his shield and took a good chunk of his damage. There we go. I mean, look at these beautiful shots, Mario. I mean,
exactly.
When the player has it, Mario, they have it.
And you made
this guy has it.
Perfect call out of he didn't have a whole lot of options there. It was either a chance to try to pop off one of those heals or push that guy to get that kill. The tough part about that situation is he still had to land 2 of those combat shotgun shots to make sure he didn't get out, and he's still being pushed by a whole nother squad here. Yeah. So, I mean, you called out, this man has what it takes here. The only thing I think I want to point out and notice, Blendy, is I think his building sensitivity is getting in the way of his aim. You know, he's missed quite a few combat shots that could have made these gunfights a lot quicker or easier for him. but his sensitivity for his builds and edits are just so ridiculous. I don't want him to change it.
It's so good, man.
These
And look at that.
shots.
He knocks off 70 shield off that one player. The player's gonna actually go on a baller and get closer though. Oof, and Rek could have taken a lot of damage. He's gonna try and go for that wall, and I don't know where that shot went, Mario. I'm very confused, but hey, that's fine, I guess. And look who has shown up. His opponent's Superior. So now it's a race of who's gonna kill these two players here. Superior's gonna try and get through that wall there, but he's not able to do so just yet. Rek gonna go from another angle. One player actually stoned away, so
I couldn't exactly hear. I think he might have got a knock there, trying to see if it came in
I
or
don't
not.
think so. No, I don't think the knock came through because I did hear shots, but I don't think he connected just yet. And I haven't seen anything in the kill feed. But I do know that one player did Shadowstone away, and his teammate has that baller, so they could have easily just made an escape there. And I think that player's actually right there in that shed there, and both players are aware, so now it's a race of who can get there. And look at Rek's match. He has about 400 match level, which isn't too good. Try and sabotage each other, get to that kill first. Putting a trap down there.
Trap.
I like that trap. Please get the kill here. Please get the kill. He's going to go for it, and there we go. He does get that trap. That trap was so clutch. One more player right outside the box. He's going to go for a shot there. Player is weak, and he does get the kill there. Actually, that kill went to Superior. So
you can tell the aggression, the speed, the pace that these guys are trying to put on each other right now is, I mean, ridiculous. The talent between these guys is so close.
Is he dropping mats for Superior right now? What's going on, dude? I am very confused. He had 900 mats, and then he dropped 700 for Superior. Interesting strategy there. I just want to point out how 200 IQ that trap was, by the way, because that could have easily been Superior's kill there, because that guy was about to leave and Superior was on the other side of the ramp. But, man, that trap was just so clutch.
Like
Gotta
you said,
love it.
It kind of guarantees that that kill is his. He unfortunately landed a few beautiful shots on the other guy, and then I think Superior maybe just landed the last one that stole it from him, and now Superior has the ball as well. But we've seen this situation before where they're playing with each other, but not really. I mean, we've talked about today where it's so easy to get third party and push by two guys and stay collected and win in those engagements. It might be helpful in this situation. Maybe this is what these guys recognized, is kind of utilizing each other, pushing the engagements, and just seeing who really is going to come down to the victor.
Yeah, but, you know, when you leave it to chance like that, I mean, there's so many factors. Just because when you're solo doing, you know, like, obviously you can go down. But most of the time, these players are really good, and they can easily kill these players. And like we've seen Rek, I mean, he's been wrecking everyone. So, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that he can solo duo these players. But when these players are so close to each other, and we saw it even in this previous engagement, where it's just who lands that last shot, basically. It doesn't matter if I put 190 damage in this player, because you can come along, shoot this guy for 10 damage, and that's your kill. So
Catches a guy in the trees here. Doesn't look like this guy recognizes that he's coming in. Able to land 2 shots, but he gets caught off guard as well. And he's got to watch this guy to his left and hopefully catch this guy to the right off guard. No. Oh, I was just about to ask if he had any more traps comes in. Here comes the slurp so he can push these guys a little bit more. And he collected on this guy. I didn't see that.
yeah, I think that was actually Superior's kill there, and he's just cleaning it up for him, trying to get his mats and everything. His match finally went up from 200 to 900, which is good because, as we could see, Rek is a very good player. He's building everything he needs to build, and 200 match is not good enough for him. So, nice cleanup there. I mean, when these players have it, Mario, I mean, it's not a question of, like, is he going to kill this guy? It's a question of, like, who's going to get this kill? And, I mean, look at that. Superior, unfortunately, does go down there, which is good for Rek, not good for Superior. Going to try and take that wall. They're not able to do so just yet, but he's nice. These, what's it called? The walls are actually his there. He's going to barely get that kill there. I mean, he was whiffing some shots there, man, which is a little bit, I got a little bit scared. But he does clutch up there. I don't think he saw that gold combat shotgun there. So going from that blue to a gold, definitely an upgrade there.
Oh, yeah. Huge difference. Makes those, you know, single engagement shots that you need to make sure you land in these 2v1 situations so much easier. Hopefully he's able to pick that up. I want to say I even saw some bandages behind him since he used 2 of these campfires here as well.
Oh,
and it's
he's
not
right
like
there.
he's in a
Look.
huge hurry either.
The cold combat shotgun's
right
right there. Mario. Man, I don't blame him because sometimes there's times where I'm so into the game where I miss stuff like that, and then my stream tells me like, "Hey, there's a gold scarf," and I'm just like, "Where? What are you talking about?"
And I'm wondering, he's doing a really good job here of just trying to maybe collect some information. Hopefully he falls back and goes to it. But again, he's not in a hurry here. There's no reason to just kind of leave yourself exposed where you can get heavy sniped out in the open like this. There's still 6 other people out here. And again, you're going up against Superior, who we've seen a few weeks before do some amazing things. And I'm just as scared as you seeing him leave his head out there like that, Blindy.
Quick shout out to our boy Nick in the chat, by the way, man. He pointed out that he actually picked up the gold combat shotgun and then dropped it.
Ooh, okay.
So I want to say like maybe a preference thing, but that doesn't make sense to me. But regardless, he has 7 kills, so the man obviously knows what he's doing, Mario. He's going to push up. Was this a 2 duos fighting here, Mario, or was it just a 1 team?
I think it's 1 team here. They're just split a little bit, maybe not recognizing that he pushed up here, hoping to maybe get this trap drop in if he can collect on it. But both guys now pushing in on him. He has 1 mini he's going to try to pop off here. And now he's getting third-partied, or both teams are maybe engaging on someone else now. So maybe a little bit of time to make sure he's completely safe here. Gets the high ground, but there's so many sniper rifle shots going on right now. It's hard to tell where he might get beamed from.
And there's like 5 people left here in this game, it seems like. And it seems like all 5 teams are on him right now. So let's see what he's able to do here. He does have that redeploy, which is going to save him. Going to go right in that slipstream. Honestly, if I was him at this point, I would just completely disengage. He's not in a good spot there. He's right next to the slipstream, which isn't good. His health is a little bit low, and he's getting focused by 5 different players. Hopefully he finds a medkit in here. A chug jug is way better than a medkit. That's exactly what our boy's going to get here. So let's see if he's going to have 10 seconds to himself to pop this off here.
The good thing is, like you called out, these guys were kind of third-partying him. He took the opportunity to disengage, found the chug jug, which is exactly what he needs here. Able to get it off, which was the biggest scare, I guess, whenever you have a medkit or chug jug in this game right now. And it looks like it's
trying to go for some shots. Unfortunately, he does not connect them, but he does have those shadow bombs to get aggressive. Let's see how many kills he's going to be able to get. 5 people left. We could potentially see him come out of your 12 kills here. 2 teams are fighting, and look at that easy kill there. You got to be careful with these GLs, though. These GLs can easily do some damage here. So currently, a 1v3 situation here for Rec. Gonna get the high ground. I'm loving the builds here. He has max mats, so I mean, keep overbuilding, buddy. I mean, if you could do it, if you have the mats for it, keep going for it. I think there might still be a team up on that 1x1 that he just looked at.
I was just about to say that's the exact information that he needed to kind of confirm. Catches this guy off guard, unable to get the trap in on him. Now he loses him. And like you said, he knows at least where both hopefully separate teams are. He's got 1 guy up on the mountain to worry about and this other guy trapped down low. So he's in a good spot here, but then finds himself sliding down the side of a mountain. And you can hear some nades, all kinds of stuff start to go in here. I wouldn't be surprised if third-party pitch comes in.
Wow, that was very, very close. Unfortunately, did not connect on that player, but all 3 opponents know where Rec currently is here. Luckily, he does have those shadows to kind of be a little sneaky boy and hopefully get to the circle here. That slipstream is disabled, so he's not going to be able to use that to his advantage. And now at this point, he's got to be careful because he doesn't have redeploy. He doesn't have any shadow bomb. So if he gets shot down here, that might be GG's for him, and that's not what you want to see here in a 1v3 situation.
And I'm wondering why he keeps challenging this team over here on this 1x1. I mean, he's got the circle, he's got the mats. He doesn't really need to be pressuring himself here at all. Got to just make for these guys to get the rotate. Catches this guy on the high ground. Beautiful trap play, but it doesn't connect.
Unfortunately, that player was just 1 square right below him. He doesn't get that trap. He still has 11 traps to his name, though, so we might be seeing a trap kill here. And he's got to be very careful, man. I mean, I don't think this is reinforced by much, so he might easily get shot down here, and he's gonna have nothing to save him. And like you pointed out, he does he keeps focusing on this 1 team there, and I feel like that's like a 50-50 fight just because both players have snipers, so 1 guy might snipe the other, and that might not be good. Luckily, he did have that jump pad to get over to that player. He saw his 1 to his disposal and gonna go for these mats here, which I like how he's doing because he's building a lot, so as many mats as he can get, it's going to be good for him. Goes for a snipe on that 1 player. He doesn't connect just yet. And I got to agree with what he's doing here. It's a 1v1v2.
Right.
Best case scenario here, you got to knock the solo player just so you can focus on that duel by yourself.
I mean, like they've said so many times, your best friend sometimes is your enemy in this case. So if he can, like you said, equalize this 2v1 situation, get this other guy on his side to kind of just pinch on them, that's going to be exactly what he needs. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he just uses his tree to his advantage, but his building skills has been on point. Don't think he's that type of player. He's got to worry about his mat count a little bit here. He's still got 700 metal to work with, but the wood is a little bit low if it goes there. He's trying to get the low ground on this guy, connects with one shot. Again, the third party is just so hard to deal with right now.
Nice. He got that solo player, so now it's a 1v2 situation here. Like I pointed out, he might get 12 kills here, but that tree is going to get in his way. He is running a little bit low on mass. Going to go for a sniper. Not going to connect just yet. Going to continue for that high ground. He does have that circle advantage at the moment here. So he's just got to pick up some players. There you go. Knocks
That's
one
exactly
player.
What he needed.
Other player right below him. Going to go and waterfall down. Can he confirm this last kill here and move on in the tournament
he knows
here?
He's already weak without shield unless the Chug Splash was able to come in.
Look at that trap. Look at that beautiful trap there by Rek.
In.
That was, I mean, insane editing skills. Amazing trap placement there, man. He was kind of in an awkward spot there for a little bit where he was getting focused on by both teams there. And I don't know, Mario.
It came back to us a little bit early, but I feel like I saw somebody in the arena full sprint running over to give my man a hug there, because that's an exciting game.
I would have hugged them too.
Right? I mean, 13 kills, getting pressured by 2 people there at the very end, and to pull out the victory royale in a winner's finals match is huge. So,
that's so clutch.
I mean, kudos to Rek, man. You can't do much better than that.
Man, I believe that was game number 1 as well. I found my own camera. I believe that was game number 1 as well.
Should I sneak over and steal some of your spotlight?
No, go away.
Oh.
So, being down by 10 kills, man, I mean, obviously Superior is a really good player. He can make the comeback, but I mean, if Rek keeps playing like the way he's playing right now, man, I mean, it's going to be real tough for Superior.
And I think Nuclear Nick in chat put it best. This man is a monster. I mean, his ability to edit the recognition of situations and what he needs to do in those just split windows of time really shows why he's one of the top players at his location. And that's what's, I guess, kind of cool is you guys have the ability to sit here with us and kind of, as you're doing right now for us, Nick, pick apart what these guys are doing, what you would do different about that situation. Because if you don't have the opportunity to get to the esports arena, I mean, I'm going to tease you a little bit because they have 7 different locations. So I don't feel like there's an excuse for you not to get there, but you might not have one in your area, which kind of sucks. But if you don't have the opportunity to get down to one, you at least have the opportunity to sit here, watch the vlogs with us, kind of go over the footage. I know you're really big about that, Blendy. I mean, how many hours have you probably just spent sitting there watching replays? And
too many, man. I mean, right now I'm managing some of these players that play at the esports arena, and man, the amount of times I just sat in replays for their trio tournament and just kind of like picked apart what they're doing like good and what they're doing wrong. It's been so long, man. I mean, it's the same thing for every single game. Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo, like name any esports, like League of Legends, whatever. If you're not watching the VODs and seeing what you did wrong, you're not going to improve. I mean, because there's only, I'll use Fortnite example. There's only a certain amount of like precision you can have with your aim. There's only a certain amount of like skill you can have with your building and everything else. But if you're not going back in your VODs and seeing like, okay, like right here, I messed up. I should have done this or I should have done this. It doesn't matter. You can have the best aim in the world. You could be like a creative warrior and just like build mountains on people. But if you're not checking back on your VOD and seeing what you're doing wrong, I mean, you're not going to improve at all.
You're a huge fan, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting this quote right because I want to say it comes from Crim6. But he said that everyone shoots straight, and it really comes down to strategy and experience.
Yep.
When you get to that level of, again, no matter what game, PUBG, Smash, Fortnite, everyone knows exactly what to do. Everyone is on that same level. So you really got to take the time to, like you said, pick apart those VODs and see in that exact situation or moment in time, what could you have done differently to make sure that you come out the victor the next time. And having a place, an opportunity like this here at the esports arena every single week. And on top of that, I don't know about you, Blendy, but every single person I ever run into here is super friendly and welcoming. And I will be open and say this. I only want to get better, and sometimes the only way to do that is getting together with like-minded individuals who have the same goals as you, and talking with each other and trying to figure out, all right, what are you good at? What am I good at? What am I bad at? What are you bad at? And working together. And we've seen a lot of relationships. I mean, we've seen duos and squads be developed from different locations too, from the esports arena, which is, I think, pretty cool. I mean, the Oakland guys play with the Seattle guys and things like that. I mean, that in itself is pretty cool. So I like the community here, Blendy. It's pretty fun. And again, Fortnite every Friday. We started out meh.
Fun.
How are you feeling now, my man?
You know, I was here. No, I was like right here.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like right here. But I want to be like right here, you know?
That's where I feel I want you to be as well. Like right somewhere in this area.
Okay.
I feel like that's
We're getting there. I
yeah.
mean, after seeing Rec play, I'm like right there right now, man. So, you know, this night's only going to get better, man. I mean, Rec, really good player. I'm very excited to see how he's going to be doing this whole season. And look who's back up on our screens here.
Oh, man. I'm excited to hop back on board with this, man. I mean, I think one of the reasons why we're extra sweaty tonight, we're getting a lot of love from 24 Hour Fitness, so huge shout-outs to them. Our other partners, the Marines, they're giving us a lot of love, so we appreciate all the support they're giving. I don't think we've talked about this at all. In case anyone in chat isn't Fortnite friends, Blendy, they have different games and events pretty much every single night of the week. And
Yep.
I don't remember if we talked about this on stream last week or night, but they also have food. And the chicken sandwiches, you guys, I mean...
Oh, hold on. Let me...
Yeah.
Learn about leagues.
Bam.
Monday, League of Legends. Tuesday, Blizzard Tuesdays, which is a bunch of Blizzard games. Wednesday Night Fights. I mean, if you guys love fighting games and you're not coming up to Wednesday Night Fights, I mean, you're making a mistake because, Mario, I know you follow them on Twitter. You see the photos every Wednesday of, like, how packed this place is, man. I've been here before, and it's so busy sometimes where it's just hard to walk around because it's just, like, everyone's crowded around. I mean, I don't know if you follow, like, a lot of fighting game esports, but the hype and the energy of these players, man, it's insane because they can make all these different plays. It's insane. And then Thursday we have Smash, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. I've been playing that game for like my whole life, basically. And then Friday, obviously, we have Friday Fortnite Frenzy. That was a tongue twister. Fortnite Frenzy, powered by the Marines. So,
did you see the picture of Hitbox when he won? And it showed him... My man was so hyped after he won, he jumped out of his seat and came out of his shoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm all about the hype, the love that the fight community has, and that's something that we're trying to build. And we're getting a lot of support here with the Fortnite community. I mean, we've had, grandmas and grandpas, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters show up, tune in, give us love and chat. We had a few grandmas, I think last season, pretty much say hi almost every week, so that was pretty cool. Getting a lot of love from our man Nick. I know you've had a few friends. You even called out Victus. He's pretty much been...
He's been here since like the first stream.
Yeah, and every single week. He doesn't miss one either. So huge shout outs to him and everyone else. It's been fun, and obviously Superior here, we're buying time because Rec just put on a show, so Superior's got a lot of work, Blendy, to kind of catch up. And
he definitely does, man. I don't think that score wasn't updated just yet, but Rec did have 12 kills from that previous game here. So currently, oh, okay. So actually, thank you for that confirmation, Kathy. 2 kills were taken away from Rec for loot stealing and blocking him earlier, as I pointed out there. So that's why you follow the rules, ladies and gentlemen. There's been times, because as far as I'm concerned, if that happens, it's an instant like DQ, like you just like lose the round. But they decided to just take away 2 kills, which, you know what? That's fair. I mean, if you're not following the rules are there for a reason. So 5 to 10 here. Not too much of a difference for Superior because he is a very good player. But, you know, Rec does have that little bit of a cushion there just in case things go south for him.
Things like that do make a huge difference in Fortnite. We can definitely be honest and agree on that. I will have to say I don't know Rec all that well, but I'm pretty sure what happened last game wasn't, intentional, because you called out, like he said, he dropped the mats pretty quick because I think Nick recognized in chat. He was like, maybe he realized that he stole that loot off the shared kill as he falls and catches.
Oh, unfortunately, he didn't connect with that deagle, but he did take off like 40 white damage off that player there right below him. So he's going to go for the finish there. Finishes the one player. Can he get the second? Let's see. So 47 shield off that player. Nice shots with that combat shotgun. And it's a purple one this time, so it's going to do way more damage than that blue one. Nice shots there and nice juking abilities there too, man. I mean, you got to love the movement that Rek has there. And he does find these splashes. Get him up to 83 HP there. And he has all this loot from the first player he killed as well.
I didn't want to be rude, Blendy, but I was pretty confident he was walking out victors after seeing that the guy he unfortunately missed the deagle shot on, but beamed with the SMG, didn't create a roof and just let him get dropped in on it. I was like, yeah, he's got these 2 kills. This should be easy for him.
There's times where like you run into players like that, where like you know it's like, okay, this guy boxed up, but he didn't put a ramp there or like a floor or whatever, and you just know it's kind of like, yeah, I mean. It's an easy kill here, and he was able to connect on both players. So, making that kill lead, 7 kills there, which, you know, both players are very good. So, in some situations, if players were kind of like average, I'd be like, you know what, man, 7 kills is a lot. But for Superior, who's one of the better players over at a Tulsa location, 7 kills might not be too many.
Right, and you kind of see that here. He's trying to make the rotations stay in the lead as much as possible. You see Superior collect on 1 kill, so we'll see if he's in a pretty good spot or has any information on where people might be rotating there. Not a bad pickup if you're wrecked with the... I mean, this man's loadout every single round, Blendy, has just been ridiculous. The RNG favor is definitely helping him out right now.
Man, it's not fair because this dude, like, I like what Nick said in the chat. This guy's the Dynamite of Tulsa. This dude is absolutely insane, man. And it's not fair because this guy, really good building, good editing, good aim, and every game he has like a scar and a really good combat shotgun. I mean, it's just so easy for Rek right now. And he's one of those players just kind of like stone cold of like, he gets like a squad wipe or like does like a really good play. No reaction, just kind of like, yeah, I mean, just another day at the office.
Yeah, if I pulled off something fancy like that on stream, Blendy, you know I would be jumping up and down, giving high fives and hugs. I'd be making all kinds of noise. People would be looking over in the arena going, what is wrong with this man over here? But I like him making this rotate to Dusty. It's not a very populated place sometimes, but a great place to get a lot of mats, and there's at least a good 5 to 7 chests here every single time. So as long as you don't get caught off guard, someone making the drop in through the trees, it's a really good spot. The only problem right now is I think he's kind of exactly in the middle of the circle.
Yeah, so Dusty's one of those locations where it's like center. So usually Dusty's a very good spot to drop at, like in the very beginning, because I feel like a lot of people drop there. But, you know, towards the middle of the end, I don't think it's a good place to be at. But luckily, he does find another opponent here. He did pop off some of his shield there, so player is a little bit weak. Nice builds, a nice high ground retake there by Rector, but it looks like he's going to get shot down by the other player, and that's what you have to worry about when you're playing these duos, man. You can focus on one player.
Oh my goodness.
What a snipe by him. Let's see if he can get this last one. He's going to jump right into the trap. He does fall through, but he didn't get that mark. And I saw you kind of like gasp there of like, what just happened?
What in the world was that, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to need to see that in a replay. I mean,
that was clutch. I mean, that for sure. You know, there's times, Mario, where like I see a play, and I just know, like, yeah, that's going to be the top 5. And that's going to be in the top 5s. I mean, how clutch could that be, man? I mean, one player's focusing him, pops off his shield. Teammate comes to try and, like, third party and get the kill. And then just take your head off with the sniper real quick and then just kill your teammate, man. I mean, GG's, man.
That trap was just, I mean, that whole sequence of events right there, Blendy, couldn't have been any better. And it just goes to show you why this man is in the lead in winners finals right now. He is insane. We've seen him take a few of those sniper shots tonight and unfortunately, you know, miss, but he connects on that one. And that's sometimes what you just need to do is take the chance, take the opportunity to see what happens. And sometimes things like that, beautiful, magical things like that happen. And I like the idea of him sitting here, but he needs to be a little bit careful because we've seen some scary things happen when someone sits on the edge.
Oh man, that fall damage, man. It always gets both of us. So like when someone falls we just like both gasp and just like wait.
I've been trying to be
And they have
really good
redeploy.
about seeing if they have redeploys to not do fake gasps that aren't unwarranted, but
Man, there's
don't
been
trust
so many
anyone in Oakland.
times I made fun of Dice for so long for falling off stuff, and now I always make this mistake of like I have redeploy my inventory, and then for some reason I'm like, oh cool, heavy sniper, or oh cool, like a deagle or something. I'm gonna drop my redeploy, but in my brain I'm like, I saw redeploy, so like I build up and I jump off and I'm like spamming space where I'm just like, what's going on right now? And then I forget that I dropped it and I die of fall damage. So
you
karma.
hear the music in slow motion as that 3-4 seconds ticks away, and you unfortunately end up.
You just know you can't do anything. You're just like, yeah, I'm dead.
And you don't even want to tell your teammates what happened when that goes on either. You're like, nah, I got knocked by somebody. Don't even come revive me. Just pick up my car. Don't worry about me.
You gotta just like cross your fingers and hope of like, okay, like they're not paying attention to the kill feed. Because if my teammates are in a fight, I could just play it off of like, man, like I lagged, or like, man, someone shot me down, and they're in a fight, so they can't see the kill feeds. They're like, okay, I'll go get you right now. But there's times where like they're like, it says right there, you've had a fall damage. I'm like, nah, dude, it's a visual glitch.
So perhaps they played themselves.
Oh, man. Too many times, Mario. Too many times. But going back to the gameplay, Rec currently up by 9 kills here. Looks like there's about 14 players left here. So if Superior wants to get this win here, he's got to be very, very quick. He's got to get 9 out of these 14 players here. So
I was gonna
that's a very
say,
tall order.
Yeah, here in 3 kills, it's about to be mathematically impossible for Superior to catch up because there's technically 13 people left on the map, and like you said, he's got to get 9 of those. So if 3 or 4 people drop, it's pretty much over, and that's really all Rect has to do in this situation now. If he's able to recognize that math in his head while this is going on, sometimes it's a little bit hard to do that, look over at the numbers while your kind of hands are going on. We don't even know if he's got it all tallied up either. He might just be playing it out. No, he's got a lead on Superior, not knowing exactly how many Superior's got in this round. But I just keep looking over in the right corner, watching that number 15, hoping it slowly goes down, and it goes down by 1 because Superior just picked it up.
There we go. That's exactly what we need to see out of Superior now. And look at that kill feed, man. The kills are happening. That's not good for Superior, but it is good for Rect. He is going to push up on this team. You're going to try and take this player's wall. He does have that heavy snipe that we talked about earlier. What if he just hit that snipe there? Just like he was hitting every other snipe, man. I'd be just like screaming. He did take that wall there. Player push up on him. He's got to be very careful not to get shot by this player here. Does get out of that box there. Is going to take the high ground then. Superior, 2 more kills from here. So he might have a chance here, Mario. I can't do math, but let's just say he might have a chance here. He's got to watch out for the airstrike, though.
Yeah, he still needs 2 more people to stay alive here. It's Superior's to kind of stay alive in the situation if he can. Rect is in a really scary spot now. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this bat shield off. Both people are pushing in. The Storm's closing in as well. He's landed shots left and right. He gets boxed up and he's stuck now.
There's 1 player above him, 1 player below him. He's running away from the circle, and this is a 5-tick. He did take, I think that was that new proximity launcher as well. He does pop down a campfire, but it gets destroyed right away. He's got to try and kill one of his players. He does knock 1 player, and he's going to add a Storm in about a couple seconds here, and there we go. So, unfortunate there for Rec, but I think that might be mathematically impossible because he did knock that 1 player. Superior there had 5 kills, so let's do some quick math, Mario. Boop, boop, boop,
he could tie it, I believe, right? Because there's
he got the res off. He might be able to tie it if this player. Yeah. So okay, I'm assuming that's the player that got knocked. That's in circle already. So Superior might have a chance here. Let's do some math here.
There's technically 8 people left. He needs what?
Yeah, he needs
6 total.
He needs 6. So he might. Oh, Mario. Is he going to do it here? He doesn't have anything to heal with. He only has these minis. You got to hope. Okay. Okay. I was about to say, you got to hope he has campfires or something, and he does. And this, you can kind of see in Rec's face right now of like, is this guy about to come back? I mean.
It's. Oh, we got an update. He only needs 4 out of the 6 people left on the map, so he's got 2 to work with here, which is kind of what you want.
Someone was knocked by the storm. Someone was knocked by the storm. So that's 1 less kill for him here.
So each second that passes here is kind of, unfortunately, not working in iSuperior's favor. He needs those campfires that they go off.
There's going to be 5 people left on the map here, and he's got to get 4 of them, unless that 1 player does get rezzed, but...
No, that's actually perfect for you to call out, because think about it, Blindy, we haven't seen him officially go out yet. I think he maybe just went out because the number now goes down to 7.
Ooh, but look, that player, say he did get rezzed by the storm there. Oh, and he's got that new shotgun. He's going to try and go for that shot with the flintlock. He didn't connect just yet. Superior going to take the high ground. He's got to pop these minis off to get as much health as possible. Going to box up there. And that's what I was talking about earlier, Mario. This separates the good players from the average players. He knows he's weak. He has shields. He's going to pop these shields. He's got to be very careful with that flintlock, man. It does a lot of damage. But if he takes another pump shot like that, man, it might be not too good here. Superior is currently boxed up here. He's got to be very careful not to get his walls taken at this moment here. Nice shot there. I think that was only like a 43 damage shot there. And there we go. Took his walls there, and he goes down. And that's why you can't box up like that. Rec does move on into the grand finals there. But, I mean, I got to give it to Superior, man. I mean, he almost came back there. I mean, if he would have killed these 2 players there, he just needs 2 more kills. I mean, that's nothing.
And mentally, that's got to be so exhausting to go into that final round knowing that you're, 10, 12 kills behind.
Oh, man.
You chip away at that lead until the very final moments. You only need to get 4 kills left to tie it up. You land a few shots on both of the guys kind of pushing you. But like you said, when you have 2 guys pushing you and you're just boxing up, there's not a lot of time for you to really do anything other than maybe disengage, try to get some middies off, recollect yourself. And I hate to say this, but my favorite strategy in that situation, Blindy, has to be disengage, hope that the other team, again, there's only, 6 people left on the map, so they hear what's going on. Try to stay alive and hope other people come in to just, the enemy of your enemy is your friend, and you really got to use that to your advantage sometimes in these last final circles in Fortnite. But
what a game.
Wow, it doesn't get any better than that.
A game. I mean, Superior's a really good player. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Superior in the grand finals off the loser's side, because I really want a rematch. I mean, that game was very, very close. I mean, it was a difference of 4 kills, and he had 2 kills right on him. He could have gotten those kills, man. If he would have just gotten that nice pump shotgun shot there, it might be a different story here.
And I like what Nick is pointing out in chat, that he has really great mechanics. It's those micro decisions or just the small things right now that could really, I guess, catapult him from being a great player to an elite player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the skills that we're looking at him going, okay, this is someone that I could legitimately picture making that World Cup qualifier run if he's playing like this all the time. It's just those small things that the edit skills are there, but the connecting on the shots, the missed shots, losing high ground. Again, sometimes it just comes with practice and emotion and experience, and that's what these guys, it's only week 2?
Yeah,
so we
week
still
2.
have a ton of time.
And I mean, Rec going into the grand finals, he's guaranteed at least 6 points.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, by the way he's playing, I'm going to make an early prediction and say that he's going to go ahead and take it all, man, because I mean, beating this guy 4 times, that's going to be very, very tough to do.
Oh, yeah. But this man is just, like you said, I don't like to pick or take sides, but just based on what I've seen so far tonight with Rect, I'm going to go ahead and put my cards on the table and say he's who I think might kind of, I guess, take this one over on that side. But we have more action to get on board, as you guys can see here. We're going to get our show ladies on, Blindy. I like it. We're getting really good at that.
I'm improving. I go at home sometimes. I just kind of go like,
I got to get the good, smooth hand motion. Ooh, I like the spirit fingers there. So going into the loser's side over here and
Colorado Springs.
See what names we got
like
on the board.
We got TJ and Blaze Donut. I think I remember I remember TJ from last week. I remember him. But let's see. He has a pretty solid loadout right now. He has that new drum shotgun, which we talked about, man. Up close, that gun's an animal because it just shoots so fast. And it might not shoot for a lot, but it doesn't matter if it's shooting for like 30, but you're shooting every like second,
Exactly. And you land one shot with another gun on that, another gun before that, your ability to retake a wall, just land, like you said, rapid damage shots into somebody to finish them off, or even get that last confirmation to make sure you get that kill for the points is huge. And I like his idea of disengaging here. I think he saw the other guys that might be pushing as well and just wants to make sure again, it's 0-0 early on, so you don't want to go down and just give your opponent the opportunity to be able to play it slow.
Nice shots here with that AK. 37 shield, 33 white. 33 white again, so a total of 66 damage on that player. TJ knows he's weak, and like I pointed out, just a couple shots with another weapon, and that player is dead. You're going to push up on this player with the drum shotgun now. I think that player's actually damage actually went down here, so that's kind of unfortunate for TJ here. But he still can't clean up that one kill. Yeah, so player is very weak there. Took off a lot of his shield, a good amount of his HP off too. He can just kind of push from the top here. And look at that. That gun is so good up close. Luckily that player was weak, so those 12 shots did some damage on him. One more player he has to worry about over by that reboot van, and
it actually sounds like there's still someone else running around in this building as well. So he was getting pinched from the side, like you said, by that guy in the reboot van, and I believe there's still another guy downstairs. So that guy might have fallen down to try to get a reboot here, and that's what he's got to make sure is get this confirmation, and he gets absolutely lasered here.
He's got to be careful. Some GLs coming through there.
So he gets the confirmation.
Gets that confirmation and kills his duo as well. But now he has another team focusing on right now, and that team has that grenade launcher, which could be very deadly. The only thing I'm kind of worried about here is that he has almost no mats here. He has a total of, what is that, like 91 mats total? So he's going to try to use these couches to hide, but I don't know if that's going to help him out at all. The players are hot on his tracks here. They know he's here, and they want to kill him.
And this is probably, as you called out, one of the worst places to be if you know they have grenades or a grenade launcher, because you're stuck downstairs, you're able to wall up or get some, you know, stairs to hopefully get that splash damage away. But now you can see he's just trapped down here.
Oh, man. I mean, it was a battle of the drum shotguns. Yeah. Unfortunately, that one player did have some shields, and that was a difference maker there, man. I mean, TJ got a lot of shots there, but wasn't able to, you know, finish it off because that player had shields. Going on board with Blazed out here, though. It looks like Blaze is currently in a fight here. Using that quarantine to his advantage, man. I mean, I love dropping at Fatal. It's probably like my #1 spot right now this season. And the most annoying part is when these players hide in the corner, because it's so hard to like locate exactly where they are.
And we've talked about it a few times, but the drum shotgun is actually my favorite gun to have in this situation, because you can just spray through the cornfield, land a few shots. You know, you don't know exactly where they're at, but your ability to have 10 bullets just fly at somebody, you only need a few of them to connect and then gain some information. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but
110 shot there, a little quick scope there coming out of Blaze. Did get in his box, did finish off that player. So currently 2-1 here for our players. That was an insane. I did not think he was going to connect on that, but he did somehow, and hit some for some damage there with that new tactical shotgun there. Can he confirm the kill? They're going to go for the high ground. Has a good amount of mats to go into build fire, but he's got to be careful because that player does have high ground at the moment. Going to use that jump pad to get away. He's got to be careful not to get beamed out of the sky, though.
Really good disengagement there, like you said, making sure he was just going to stay alive, tried to pop off this mini here, and go ahead and reload that sniper, show us something beautiful again. I want to see a back-to-back moment. You know his teammate is saying, don't peek, don't peek.
That's exactly what's going on, right? He's like, dude, you're weak. Don't peek right now. He has a sniper. You're one shot. Don't do it. And Blaze kind of has the advantage here. Player's going to go on that jump pad. I don't think he has. Look at that. This man.
He doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss. I was about to say, unfortunately, he doesn't have a like air to beam out of the sky. He did knock a lot of shield off him, though. He's going to try and chase this player. If he could get there, I think that's GG's for that other player, because Blaze is hitting every single shot right now.
This other player probably doesn't have a whole lot of mats or heals to really do anything either, and
he died. Oh, to that new proximity launcher, dude. He went down, which sucks for Blaze because he got him so weak there. And he does go down. Look at that reaction by Monarch there. He knew that he was in a tough spot there. He was hitting every single snipe there, and Monarch was a little bit nervous, but he was able to clutch it up there.
I was going to say, yeah, because he was able to equalize the points, right?
Yeah.
So that was the scariest thing, but Monarch going into this next round has got to be feeling nervous if this man gets his hands on a sniper, because those headshots were all ridiculous. I mean, he wasn't missing.
Dude, I mean, he just hit these insane quick scopes. Like, that first one was pretty good, but that second one, it was just like, this dude went on the jump pad and he still hit him.
There's no reason he should have been landing either of those. And like you said, the second one, I mean,
that's insane, dude. That's crazy. If he had a heavy sniper, I think that would have been a whole different story there. I think those players would have been dead.
Yeah, and I was about to throw myself under the bus when he took that first snipe. I was like,
I heard you.
Why is he
I heard you're about to say like he's pushing up with a sniper, and then he gets a shot, and I just see you just like shut up. You're just like,
I was just
okay.
like, it was one of those moments where you feel all smart, your IQ, that 200 IQ play as a caster's up there, and you're like,
oh,
I'm just gonna shut up because apparently he knows exactly what he's doing.
This man just like took the words out of your mouth. Like you're literally about to call out. He's pushing with the sniper. I don't know why. And then you go, and I'm like, okay.
Apparently that's why. Like
he knows he has it, dude. That's how he's doing. He's doing it.
That's probably been, for me, one of the most frustrating things about snipers in any game is it really rewards the player's ability to land an amazing shot like that. I mean, if you have the guts to pull it out and get that off, I'm just going to go ahead and bow down on the moment and say you're better than me. So Monarch's got to be, he's in.
He has a 1 kill lead, which is good, but
he's got to be feeling the pressure though.
I mean, if this dude finds another sniper, I'm kind of scared for Monarch there. But you got to remember, Monarch is currently #1 in Colorado Springs. He did win last week, so he definitely has it in him to clutch us out there. But Blaze actually just got a knock right now. I'm not sure if he confirmed it, but he's coming out guns blazing right there. And look at that. He wipes out a squad. So currently 3-2 at the moment. I mean, Blaze is going out guns blazing. This dude's going right off the bat, getting every single kill that he can. And you got to love it, man. You got to love this early game aggression.
Most definitely. I'm going to blame part of it on where he decided to go here on that hill. We talked about it last week. It's a great place. You're going to get at least 1 or 2, chests. But it really leaves you in a weird place on the map where you have to then push. And if you're not lucky enough to get impulses or redeploys, you waste a lot of time trying to push these fights here. So by the time he gets into this town, there might be a team left that he can engage on. But look at his setup. Luckily he's got shields, but that's not the gun that you want to be pushing anybody with.
Man, this man has, as soon as you see that, he finds a shotgun.
Right.
Of course. But that gun can actually be kind of deadly from far range. That scope AR, it does a good amount of damage, and you get so much range on it. He's going to push up on this one player with that shotgun there. Going to get that guy very weak, knock the first player. Can he find the second player? He finds a pump shotgun, so, his loadout just got so much better there. He's got to be very careful because he's going to have like 2 teams pushing him at the moment here. I think he's going to try and go for a boogie bomb there. Did he get him? No, he did not. He did not get that player. Now that player doesn't know he has a boogie bomb. I'm going to go for an edit there. Finally gets a player. He's got to get this pump. Beautiful pump shotgun there, man. That was pretty close.
Most definitely. And you could tell he knew that the guy was going to get around the corner. He has the experience knowing the exact moment that boogie bomb is going to go off and allow him not to get or connect on that shot. Recognizes a sound cue that someone's pushing up on him. Here comes the shotgun shot.
Oh my god, look at these angles with that grenade. If he kills this player, okay, I was about to say, if he somehow gets that player, and that guy, I think that player was just lost in the grocery store. He had no idea what he was doing, and Monarch just kind of took care of him there, so.
Yep, he got caught completely off guard. Monarch basically broke his ankles inside of Fortnite. And
he broke his ankle. I love that.
My man is just throwing grenades out here. He is a monster
He's throwing Hail Marys right now. 5-3 for our players, so not too much of a difference there. By the way, both players are playing right now, man. They're getting so aggressive here. Gonna go for a build fight. He has 400 matches to play with here, so he definitely can't do it. Player actually got boogie bombed somehow by who knows who.
Is this a glitch? It's still on.
I think it might be glitch. You're right. Yeah, okay, I was about to say, because that player got shot a bunch of times, so that boogie bomb should have disabled a while back. But regardless, he got the kill there, got the confirmation. You gotta hope. Yeah, okay, I was about to say, you gotta hope he goes for the medkit play here. He might not have time to push it off, but if he does, it's gonna be so clutch. And he's actually gonna be able to get that off, and that player's gonna actually shadow stone away, maybe take the high ground here.
He doesn't have any shield, so he's got to get information on exactly where this guy's at. I like the corner peek. I wouldn't be surprised if the other guy just decides to maybe collect the card and get away, but he beams him from above.
Took away that 40 health off him, and like you said, no shield for Monarch, so he's got to be very careful. He does have those cues that kind of let him know where the player is, so the player's currently right behind him there. Currently 6-3 there. I'm kind of nervous for Monarch here. He's a little bit weak, and I don't like this.
we're still waiting to see the updated score count to see how close this is as well, because that's what we have to talk about. Blazed Out is still up as well, so if he goes down here, there's 4 people still left on the map to work with, and with the kill spread of only like 3 or 4 kills,
Oh, that
that's
player doesn't
huge.
have any shield either, but look at his HP. It went down, what is that, 8 HP there? Both players are one shot. Monarch has nothing to heal with. The Storm is pushing on him. I mean, it is not looking good for our champion here at the moment.
And I might have heard, I don't know if somebody jumped on a van or the reboot van go off, but like you said, the Storm's going to be pushing. A few ticks knocks him down there. 1 bullet from any gun takes him out from the other player. So,
And that Storm too, he's kind of playing a little bit, he's playing a little bit patient there, kind of like waiting it out, seeing if he's going to push. But that Storm's going to push on him eventually, and it was going to kind of get him. He's going to take the L on him. Come on, buddy. That's not...
How rude.
Come on, dude.
How rude.
That's the most obnoxious emote, the donkey laughing one, dude. Like, oh my,
Bro,
it just hurts my ears every time. So there we go. Blaze 2 kills this game, 1 kill last game, so total of 3 there. And he knows his player's got to be weak. He throws that storm flip. Nice play by him here. Can he get these 3 kills that he needs though? He doesn't have a good shotgun. He has that drum shotgun, but man, I mean, this player has a combat shotgun, which in my opinion is way better. I think that player actually decided to disengage with that jump pad there, but
I mean, that was definitely the smartest thing to do with this.
oh, he's getting absolutely beamed as well. Just lost all of his shield. He does still have that mini to play with. And look at that whole crowd just swamping around Monarch right now. They want to know what happens. Nice shots there. I'm surprised that player didn't build one structure to save himself there.
Right? And now look at the upgrades that he's getting.
Oh,
Still
man.
getting beamed
Oh,
from behind.
man. No
Isn't getting
mats.
any mats from that kill, which is not what he needed.
Oh my gosh. You got to make it, Blaze. Don't get shot out of the sky. Come on, buddy.
And the problem with this rotate now, Blindy, is, I mean, the circle has already moved. You know, a lot of these locations have already been looted. His chance of getting, what, a shield or bandages are probably pretty slim. You can see him looking for a campfire maybe somewhere.
I want to point out, first of all, we're in the presence of royalty right now, Mario. Our boy Spectro is here. You remember Spectro from last season? This dude kept getting like top 10 in the World Cup qualifiers, so absolute animal. Welcome to the stream, my friend. I miss you, and you need to come to the arena so you can give me a hug. But that was a full spray with an AK, a gray AK at that. Every time I use a gray AK, it's just like my crosshairs are just like huge, and I can't hit a single shot. And then this guy's just over here like, boop, 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 boop. Yep, every 4 shots connected, just like that.
The AK is by far my least favorite gun in Fortnite that they've probably ever introduced.
Look at this, 11 HP for this player. He's going to get... He didn't make it! Oh my gosh, he's going to die to the circle here. Come on, look at Monarch. He knows what's going on. He died. Oh my gosh, that was so unfortunate, man. I thought he was going to clutch with that flintlock and get in the store, get in the sleep zone. I was about to say, that's so 200 IQ. Unfortunately, it did not go down like that. GG's only. Losers, semis over in Fort Worth. We're just going right into it, Mario. We're going from one game to the other game.
There's so much hype going on, but we don't have time anymore. All the action is going on. We got to get down to this, again, a 2-kill spread in this matchup right here.
Okay.
It's coming down to the wire.
Extreme actually got another knock here. Let's see if we can confirm it. And look at that. Okay, PJ. Okay, buddy. I see you. I just want to point out, too, this was in the off season. I want to say, let's see, we're in week number 2 right now. So I want to say it was maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. PJ actually came to this location here, and I actually remembered him. So nice. I feel good about that. I just want to point that out.
I like it. That's probably one of the funnest things about doing this, right? Is we're meeting all kinds of people that are. Oh my goodness! Here is he able to?
That was a nasty L2. I just want to point that out. This man just spamming that trigger there. Nice disengagement with that
impulse.
Mario, it just like slipped me, and thank you for saving me there.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on as well, because my man is trying to, like you said, disengage as much as possible. But he doesn't have a whole lot to work with. I mean, at some point he's got to box up and try to get this half pot off, at least so he's sitting at 95. But one bullet here, he's gonna go down.
That is true. He's very weak. He can't even disengage. He has a good amount of mats to build away, and I like what he's doing here. He's, like you said, though, he's very weak. He only has that 50 shield to kind of help him out there. Gonna try and third party. Nice shot there. But look at that kill feed, man. I think that was like 3 kills for Extreme right there. So
I was gonna
this
say
man is on a mission.
Those shots might have actually helped out Extreme more than him. And the Bush comes in.
200 IQ. You getting flashbacks right now, Mario?
I was. I just I got extremely mad that it might be him that killed me the other day, and now I'm
And look at that. Another knock by Extreme in that kill feed there. It confirms and gets the duo there. So, honestly, I lost track of how many kills this guy has. He kept thinking there's so many. But I know it's more than PJ at this point.
Yeah, so we should probably answer Spectro's question about
Yes,
the prize.
I was about to say that,
Pretty, a pretty good, exciting prize we got going on.
Spectro, obviously an animal. He won the first, the first season. He actually played in that Code Red qualifier that we first hosted. So, Spectro, now it is your chance again to play in that 15K Code Red tournament that the Esports Arena is going to be hosting. So, Spectro, it's been 2 weeks, buddy. You're not here yet. I don't know what you're waiting for, dude. Do you not want to play in Code Red for $15,000?
And this is something, especially since you're here right now, Spectro. You're behind 2 weeks, which we touched on a little bit earlier.
There's 6 weeks left, Spectro. Sorry for cutting you off, Mario. Continue.
Nope, most definitely do that. And
8 kills.
The important thing, Blindy, we talked about earlier, the final 2 weeks are double points. So, my man, we understand that you've missed 2 weeks. You might be behind on some points. But
yes.
The last 2 weeks are going to be your opportunity to really buckle down and basically, I guess, have a chance that if there is any lead that you're not able to kind of diminish between now and then, that's your chance. I mean,
dude, this guy was placing like every week in like top 10 of the World Cup. Playing these pubs is like a cakewalk for this man. It's just like, it's easy for him. So I would not be surprised if Spectre starts coming next week and just like starts dominating these lobbies, getting like first place every week, and then those double points. That's what's gonna like make it for him, man. Because right now he only missed out on 2 weeks. That's just 20 points. That's 1 victory in week number 6 and 7.
Ooh, and he's landing those tonight, ladies and gentlemen. One more shot to knock this guy.
GG's only there. Nice. I think he tried to go for the jump pad there. He's going to try and engage, but Extreme is right there with him. Nice edge by Extreme, by the way. But PJ probably going to get the confirmation on that kill there. Yes, he is. So, 1 kill for Extreme, 1 kill for PJ. There we go. Do you know if the 15K is duos or solos? Yes. So, it is going to be duos. So just like season number 1, the top 2 players from each location, instead of all of them playing in it, it's going to be, so there's technically 7 weeks because the 8th week is when we do like the actual like finals.
The event, yeah.
And no, so we don't do the code round the 8th week. That's something completely different. But the 8th week is when we do the finals where the top 2 players from each location play against every other location. And whoever wins that tournament, the duo that wins that tournament, that's who plays in Code Red. How do we get in these? Well, my friend, exclamation point location in chat. We have 7 different locations. We have Spokane, we have Oakland, we have OC, we have, thank you for counting by the way, we have Fort Worth, Tulsa, Colorado Springs, Roseville. Is that 6 or 7?
That's 7,
I'm at 7, dude. I did it. I did it.
Bam,
so,
with the speed.
there you go. Thank you, Kathy. I love you for that. Thank you. All you got to do, sign up. The website that the esports are going to use is Matcherino. So all you got to do, go to matcherino.com, make an account there. You can link your Twitch. That's probably the easiest way to do so. And then you can pay on the website, and you just show up, and you start roaming up. Depending on what location you're from, I believe that they open up at different times because unless you're from Oakland, okay, nice snipe there. Unless you're from Oakland or from OC, where it's like an actual location instead of a Walmart location, they might ready up, or they might open up early since it's in Walmart. So, if you're close to any Walmart locations, you can just call them, ask them, they'll let you know. Nice RPG shot there, by the way. Beautiful shot from PJ. I did not notice because I was just so excited talking to chat. Extreme went down here. So, currently 8-9 here. Let's see if PJ can get the remainder of the kills here.
I didn't want to cut you off because you were going over all the important stuff, not only for us, but what everyone in chat wants to know as well. But this is exactly what PJ needed, is to find himself in a third-party situation with an RPG on two guys that are already weak. He has a high ground. He just needs this to land to knock one of these guys and make sure he's able to tie this match up. Again, guys, this is what, round 2, I believe, Blendy. So
I believe this is still round number 1. So it's still round number 1 here. So, you know, like, PJ's got to get as many kills as possible here. He's only down by 1 kill, but that 1 kill could definitely be the difference maker. He's going to go in and read the play out. I saw you. Mario.
I forgot.
You guys like, oh my god, no. But he had a redeploy, so you're fine. He's going to try and laser these players out of the sky here. Actually, that one player is getting focused. This is my worst nightmare. Just running from Storm and getting focused on by 2 different teams. It's just nightmare. Before I forget, by the way, Mr. Storm in chat, how much does it cost? It is $15, my friend. So, not too much. There we go.
Hopefully he heard that the guy behind him took fall damage. He has the redeploys to avoid it himself. He's still getting pressured on from the front. Has maybe the guy from behind. I couldn't see if the collect on the kill came through or not from this third party. It's a scary situation. He has no heals, no shields.
And he's still running from that Storm, 35 HP, man. And he's getting focused on by a guy right above him. So it's kind of scary for PJ right now.
He's doing such a great job of trying to maneuver around the angles just to get around, but
nice plays. We saw it coming out of both players, though. 8 kills coming out of PJ, 9 coming out of Extreme. So that kill deficit is, like, right there, you know? I think PJ actually got 9 kills there. So tied up there. I'm from North Carolina. Ooh. Do you know your geography?
That would be North Carolina.
I think the closest one would be Texas.
Tulsa or Texas, right?
No, not Texas, because Texas is, like, here. And North Carolina is here. And I don't know where Oklahoma is. I'm going to be real with you, Mario. I didn't even know Oklahoma was a state. So I'm going to say Oklahoma's, like, right here.
I think Oklahoma's above Texas, right? Because that's, like, the Tornado Alley state.
I don't know.
In my head, I'm trying to rerun that Animaniacs video that they made us watch about the states and the capitals when we were younger, but it's just
Hold on,
working.
Nick. You don't know where the states are? Okay, what are you? Like a geography map?
Bro, we know
where's
where
North
states
Carolina,
are.
Nick?
North
Hold on.
America.
Where's North Carolina? Where's North Carolina, huh? Tell me. Tell me the exact geography, longitude and latitude, Nick. Tell me now.
You guys got Blendy heated
East
over
Coast. You think you're so smart. East Coast. You mean where the other 20 states are, Nick? Yeah, GG's, dude.
Oh, chat.
Dude, that doesn't narrow it down. Like, where's North Carolina? Oh, yeah, over there.
One side or the other.
Over there on the east, dude.
Just that side. I love this.
Closest Oklahoma. Kathy, 200 IQ. I knew Kathy was over there in Google just like.
Isn't that what I said, Tulsa?
I think you did say that.
I think I did.
You did.
I'm telling you, man, the Animaniacs, when you were a kid, they taught you everything. Your states, your capitals, the colors, how to be polite.
Did you ever watch that, like, cartoon? What was it called? But it was that one about like, how a bill was made, and it was like a cartoon.
That would be Schoolhouse Rock.
Okay, I wanted to say Schoolhouse Rock, but I was confusing it with that Jack Black movie, and I didn't want to like say like Schoolhouse Rock.
School of Rock.
The Jack Black movie. Is it School of Rock?
It's School of Rock, yeah.
Bro, I used to love Schoolhouse Rock. Oh
no,
my
you
God.
know what you guys need to do, chat? You need to take the Fortnite map and then put the United States on it.
Wait, Mario, I need to cut you off. This is very important. Can you say 50 states in alphabetical order? I can. Kathy, after this game, you need to come out here and you need to do it because, like, that's just a lie. She could say the states in alphabetical order. That's not true.
I believe Kathy. I'm confident in her history and her geographical knowledge because that's
too much brain power, Mario. Like, no one can do that.
I want to say there's college professors out there to give you like extra credit and make that like actual requirement where you have to go in front of the. One of my middle school or high school teachers made us do that where you had to memorize all the states and capitals and write it down on a piece of paper within like a minute and a half.
Dude, I am horrible with capitals. Like, I would always hear those stories too of like all this of like, oh, you need to memorize this and this. I don't know capitals, dude, at all.
Question though, do you know it because of the Animaniacs, Kathy?
See, okay, look, I'm not doubting that Kathy. I'm not saying Kathy's dumb because she's very smart, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, naming them in alphabetical order, that's just too much brain power. Like, that's just not true. That's not possible at all.
Oh, he's getting pressured by. Yeah.
He got pressured by 2 players. He goes down.
Oh my
so
goodness.
all drugs need to do here is get 1 kill, which not a very tall order.
And then when we're hopping on board, I mean, my man has the perfect setup for it.
Yes, he does. I want to point something out in chat, though. You cannot play from home, unfortunately, Storm. So I know that the Esports Arena is constantly working on getting different locations in Walmarts. So, like, you know, the goal is to have an Esports Arena in every Walmart across every state. But it's a work in progress.
I mean, like you said, it's a work in progress, and the only way to make sure that we get that happening, Blendy, perfect segue, is you guys in chat. The more you guys support us, the more you guys share the message of Fortnite Frenzy. But I talked about this earlier, and you did a great job of letting everybody know earlier, Blendy, of all the different types of games that they got going on. But each and every single night of the week at all of our different locations, you guys, they have stuff going on. So
I'm going to call you out, Mario. Name each night and what we play on those nights.
So I believe Monday is the League of Legends.
Okay, beautiful.
Tuesday is Blizzard night, where they allow any Blizzard game.
Okay, okay.
Wednesday is Wednesday night fight nights. So
Beautiful.
they have a variety of fight night games, from Mortal Kombat to Melee to all kinds of different stuff.
Okay.
Thursdays is one of your favorite games.
Yes.
Smash, Ultimate Smash.
Yes.
And then Friday is the best night of the week, Blendy. What is Friday?
The 5th day in the week.
And it's
Friday.
Munchie Meal time.
Yes, it is Munchie Meal time, which means it is Friday Fortnite Frenzy, powered by the Marines.
We totally believe in you, Kathy.
Yeah, I literally said, check the VOD, I literally said that Kathy is very smart, but this just requires too much brain power. Like, it's just not true. Like, that's like someone coming up to you and saying, like, oh yeah, I can name all the digits of pi. It's like, no, you can't, liar. And like Kathy does this thing where like she always says like, oh, I can do this and I can do this, but she doesn't come out on stream and do it and prove it.
I have to call you out on that, Blendy, because last season I felt like we challenged Kathy to something and she came on stream and did it. I just can't remember what it was.
No. So that's not true. I believe what she wanted, this was a couple weeks ago. I think this was in season 2. That's a bit of a throwback. I forgot if it was you or Kathy, but one of you guys could make bubbles out of saliva, and I think it was Kathy. Or was it you?
It was me.
Okay.
But Kathy also showed a talent on stream, and I can't remember what it was.
She spoke like a chipmunk, I think. It was like, was it that?
What?
Like, you know, like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I don't recall that, no. Kathy, can you talk like a chipmunk?
Okay, let me read chat while I think.
Touching her tongue to her nose.
That's true. That's true.
Bam. That's what it was.
By the way, Joker, best way to support, follow the beautiful casters, Blendy FN on Twitter, Mario PAPC on Twitter. Follow the Esports Arena on Twitter at Esports Arena, and follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Esports Arena. Like we mentioned like 3 times this stream, we have different types of tournaments, different nights. If you can't make it out to them, we're always broadcasting when we have beautiful casters here every single night. So if you want to support, my friend, support us, and then just go and spam the Esports Arena Twitter like, hey, make a location here, please, and then we'll do it. I don't think it's as easy as that, but, you know, I'm just going to say it.
We'll try to make it happen our best as possible. We'll put all
I will personally go out and build it for you, Joker.
You are one of the best builders I know.
I am. I can crank 90s like a 90 cranker, so.
Your 45s are amp, but your 90s.
Oh, impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. He's going to go to box up here. Like we mentioned earlier, this man needs 1 kill to move on here. He does not have too many mats at his disposal. Already running out of brick there. 101 damage on that player. Can he confirm this kill, though? That is a real question. Can he get in that player's box? 77, 107. Just confirm it. Just confirm it. And he confirms it. GG's for PJs. PJ's a really good player, but Extreme just had the better RNG there. And that's phenomenal.
I love the camaraderie that you're seeing from PJ right now. Look at that. He goes, ooh. He appreciates that Extreme just did a really good job of recognizing the situation. Like you said, he did exactly what he needed in that time moment. He didn't need to go for anything else other than to confirm that kill to make sure he's moving on here. And now it's just a show.
Beautiful shots, man. Look at PJ. He's like, ooh.
He's like, I'm done.
Ooh.
Someone get this off my screen. I'm tired of looking at this man. But that's something I just want to shout out to everybody in chat, everybody at these arenas. You guys have been doing such a great job of supporting each other, which makes this so much more fun. I mean, a lot of love going on in the background right there for PJ. You know, bad things happen sometimes in Fortnite. It's RG, it's luck, it's random sometimes. You don't have control of those situations. Stuff happens. So, but
I'm going to go ahead and call out Kathy right now. I know for a fact she's back there in the production booth just like Googling like states in alphabetical order right now. She's like,
she's preparing herself. Yeah, she's gonna.
Is she coming out? Is she gonna do it?
She has to. Get your subs ready, chat. Get your subs ready, chat. Here we go.
Here she comes. Kathy, do the honors, please.
Hello.
Oh, should we switch it over here?
It's okay. Oh, I'm the one that
really
switches
put you on
it,
the spot.
so, like,
Oh, okay.
It's fine. Okay, so my name's Kathy. I'm the broadcast director at Esports Arena, and I can name all 50 states alphabetically.
Ooh, that's Blindy. You're about to eat your own words here, my man.
I really hope. I've never seen anyone do this. So like,
Really? All right, I'll tell you my secret after. But here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Wait, was that it?
That's
Bam.
it.
Where are my states?
I was just waiting for like one of the last letters because my brain is not
Wyoming.
not there. Yeah.
Anyway, it's a song. I learned it in 2nd grade.
So we were already feeling down here about our education levels, you know, not being able to do that, and then you were like, "I've been this smart since I've been in like 2nd grade."
Well,
so
like it was, you know how you have to do like performances or whatever at school sometimes in grade school. It was like that. Like so, they made the entire 2nd grade learn that song. Oh, is it 4th grade?
What school did you go to?
I don't.
Jesus.
see, everybody learned that song in 4th. You were 2 grades ahead of everybody.
Actually, I don't remember. I don't know if it was 2nd grade or 4th grade, but it was definitely elementary school, and I've definitely just known it since then.
Nah,
so.
you just totally like beasted on us with your education level. You were just like way up here, and then now we're not even smarter than the 2nd grader, Blindy.
All right, we're gonna go to a break when I get back in.
I don't know. So first of all, I need to know what elementary school she went to.
Right? I feel like I got cheated on my public education.
Right? I mean, I don't know what I was doing in 4th grade, but I definitely wasn't doing that because I still don't know my states. Like,
playing with marbles.
Like, if you were to ask me name all the states right now, I couldn't. And she just named
California.
them in alphabetical order.
Is California still going to be a state with all these earthquakes when we float off into the ocean? Or are we just going to become
I think we're just gonna be like Hawaii.
and become our own little country?
Wouldn't that be cool if like Hawaii was like swimming distance to us?
I could definitely swim, but I think we're going to take a quick break because we got to, I guess, get educated and get smart, Blendy. So we're going to go read some books. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Hello.
I'm
Right
just eating my
behind us,
popcorn.
we have some gameplay winners finals in Spokane. But first, we just realized we didn't explain the format. We did it last week, but we didn't do it this week. So let's see the format. Let's see how you score points and how everything goes this season. So right there, as you can see, standard double elimination bracket. Each player is going to be matched up with an opponent, and they're going to queue together as a duo. Competitors will play 2 games, and then the player with the highest combined eliminations from the 2 games going to go to advance on the bracket. That's pretty simple stuff. I feel like everyone knows that at this point. But the nightly prize distribution, that's what everyone wants to know. That's what everyone wants. Money. So go ahead, Mario.
So, first place, I think that's the biggest thing. You know, walking away with 10 points, second with 6, third with 5, and then 4th through 8th, 4th getting 4, and then 5th through 8th getting 3. Those are going to be the placements that you're obviously happy walking away getting some kind of points for the week because you don't want to walk away with 0.
Yeah.
But first, second, and third, those are really going to be the ones that get you the points that really start to separate, you know, first, second, and third place as these weeks progress. We touched on a little bit earlier with the final 2 weeks of this event being double points. And then you talked about as well, we have the same format across all of our locations this time, which we should correct or I guess make sure is known. Duos, whereas before we had some of the locations, you know, doing duo squads.
Yeah.
So everyone's doing the same format, going for the same amount of kills. Everything's a lot more streamlined this time. And then top 2 players from each location are going to have a chance to compete in the Code Red $15,000 tournament, which that's a huge opportunity.
And the money. So first place is going to get 60% of that prize pool, which is a $15. It just gets in the prize pool. So 60% of that, that's a lot of money. I can't do that math in my head. But second place gets 30%, and third place gets 10%. You broke down the points. You broke down what the grand final is. So let's get into some gameplay right here. Mario, you want to show off your little, your show girls?
Hold on.
Ready? Go ahead. Ready. Oh, that was nice.
I
like that. So
like the
let's get right into it. So we got Go to Bed, Triggered, and Spiel here. I don't know if you remember, Mario, but these were actually the top 2 champions from season number 2 here, going head-to-head, mano-to-mano here. And Spiel is actually wearing his jersey that he won for being a finalist at the arena. So
I was going to say,
he's very crisp.
Yeah, he's looking nice and fresh. I had the opportunity to watch one of Go to Bed's Triggered streams the other day.
Okay.
Kind of preparing myself, seeing what this guy was doing, his strategies and things like that. My man is still a monster. Like you said, a finalist from last week. So we know this matchup is obviously deserved by both players. It's probably going to be a good one. And these guys do some really crazy stuff. Catches this guy off guard with the shadow bomb here, just not anywhere near where he needs to be paying attention.
Nice shots there.
Easy elimination.
And they weren't just finalists last season, Mario. They were the champions. They beat every single location there. Unfortunately, Spiel does not have a shotgun there. An AK is not what you want for up-close battles like that. He does go down to 1 kill, but going on board here with Go to Bed Triggered. Currently, 1 kill, and look, he's standing up so you can actually see his beautiful jersey there. Look at, I'm be real with you, I'm kind of jealous that I don't have a jersey like that.
It would make me play 100% better if I had the Esports Arena kind of on my chest, looking nice and fresh on the stream there.
Hint, hint. Hint, hint, Kathy. You know, jerseys are very beautiful. Hint, hint. Me and Mario would be looking very fly in them. Kathy's giving me the, I can't do anything. But if you want to pass it along to, Luke or anyone, or hint, hint, hint,
You can see my man's frustration, and I think, Blendy, we're pretty darn lucky that we don't have a hot mic on this man, because like you said, we did get to see him stand up and show off the jersey, but he was saying, or being very animated about the situation going down, at least.
That's a good description there. He's very animated there. You know, because he is a very good player. And, you know, sometimes you just get put in situations where, like, you can't do anything. I mean, you have an AK, and you got two people rushing with shotguns. But look at Trigger now. He does find that blue combat shotgun, which is going to do a lot of damage, but he's getting pressured by these players. Just have a lot of mats to his disposal. 76 shield, 76 white. Makes it look very easy. Going to go for the confirmation there. Confirms that kill. But his mat count is a little bit low there. Does find a 50 shield to pop off, so he's going to go back up to 94 HP there.
He didn't see the purple combat. That's the second time tonight somebody's left a better combat behind.
And it's very unfortunate, too, just because, I mean, like, you got to think that, like, these players are so into the moment where they don't see those types of things, right?
And we talked about before, that might be something that you look for in the VOD when you go back and listen to this gameplay or try to figure out what you could have done to solidify that win. Luckily, he's still alive here, trying to push this guy. Lands 2 shots on him,
Beautiful
and that's
shots.
Easy cleanup for him there. Even gets some bandages, which is exactly what he needs. So has a little bit of time now to kind of box up, collect himself. Plenty of time to not have to worry about the storm here. So now he's extended the lead, Blendy, by 2 kills. There's still 40 people left on the map, so that in itself is huge.
Exactly, man. And I mean, I feel bad for Spiel right here just because all of us here know how good of a player Go to Bed Triggered is. And, you know, Spiel went down so early, and you know that Go to Bed Triggered is just going to, like, go on a rampage right now and, like, get so many kills. Already having a 2-kill lead right there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out of this game with double-digit kills here.
Yeah, and Nick actually in chat brings up a great point. He says that, you know, now that it's nerfed, the color damage is so much more crucial and critical, and that's a great point because the point spread between, you know, and you brought up earlier, Blendy, the shot pattern, you know, is different or so inconsistent depending on how close your aim is or how good your aim is. So a 5-point, 10-point, 13-point damage spread can literally mean life or death, walking away with a chance to compete or not for 15 grand. So
it might make that difference of how many kills, man. I mean,
bam.
Man, especially a blue to a purple, I feel like it does more. I know it does more damage, first of all, but that spread and that, like, you know, how far you can shoot that shot, it's so different. But obviously, Go to Bed Trigger's making it work right there. 3 kills on the board right now. He has a pretty solid load as well. No, Llama right below him. I don't think he saw that. Oh, I wish I could just scream at him. Like, turn around. There's a Llama right there. Go get it. Go get it. Because, I mean, look at his mat count, man. It is not good. And he's going to get 350 of each material, I should say, from that Llama. Unfortunately, he's not going to see it there. And that sucks, man, just because Triggered builds so much. He's a very good player. And that extra, like, 1,000 mats would have come up so clutch in that situation there.
And it saves you so much time in these final circles where you don't always have a lot of time to break down trees or materials, especially since you're getting constantly third-partied. So you typically then have to rely on gaining mats, you know, from the gunfight engagements and the kills, which he's not able to get right now. So that Llama would have been huge. Again, like you pointed out, this man has under, 200 builds total through all of everything?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit tricky. I mean,
nice. Got a shot on that player up above. 37 white damage on that player, but he is gone. He has to worry about this player right ahead of him. I don't know if he was trying to pop a ramp there. For some reason, he's kind of struggling with that. Going to try and get the high ground here, but he has 5 builds left. He's got to be very careful, and he's got to use these builds, like, to his advantage, man, because he only has 5.
Yeah, that's really tricky. I mean, your inability to box up or cover yourself once you get popped is going to be really hard for him. Catches this guy for
84.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to drop down fast, cut this off, and make it a 1v1.
That player's just going to box up, man. I mean, he has some mats to do so. Going to try and go for some long-range shots there. And you got to think, maybe if he had that purple, it would have done a little bit more damage there. Did get a good amount of damage on that player. Does knock the first player he was focusing on earlier. Going to try and go for some mats here. Does pick up some wood. Only 70, though. Going to pop off these minutes, try and get as much health as possible here. And that player is very, very weak, and Triggered knows that. So he's going to take away this tree to kind of get that obstruction out of his way here, get some mats, and clean up the skill. Very easy. Look at that. I mean,
no, perfect call out there. Him recognizing that the tree's in his way and he might have that high ground angle there to land that shot. And that's part of the problem with the guy he was going up against. The other players should have recognized that situation. And, well, he kind of had go to bed triggered on his heels in that situation. But this is why he is the grand champion. My man, in round 1, has already extended the lead by 4 kills in a matter of probably a time span of less than a minute so far. And now look at his setup. It's continuously getting better. He's all blue. He's got a combat, impulses to get some distance or disengage if he needs to. The only thing he could really ask for is some mats, and he lands a beautiful shotgun shot as the impulse is there. Hopefully able to box up, confirm this, get the second kill as he gets pinched here. The trap comes in if this guy decides to fall down on him. Beautiful plays coming in here by Go to Bed Triggered. Looking for the confirmation. He gets it. Should be an easy second kill here as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be very careful. He has 50 HP left total here. He does find that slurp juice, which is going to help him out, but he did drop his shotgun. No, he picked it up right up. He picked it up, man. I got very scared there. I thought he just left his shotgun. I was like, man, like the one weapon you don't want to drop right now is your shotgun. He runs away, picks up that redeploy, and runs away with 2 slurps. He's going to go back up to 200 HP here overtime, which is very good. He's got to be very careful because that storm is pushing up on him, and I have no idea how far that storm could be here. So he's going to try and focus on this one player because he knows that player is in a fight at the moment. Going to go for some long-range shots here. He's in for 70 total here, 35 on another player. Can he kind of like get these kills, though, because he's so far away, and there's only so much damage you can do from far away. He's going to push up on these players, but that circle is going to come and hit him very, very soon.
Yeah, I don't really agree with his decision-making process here. I would have expected him to maybe build up a little bit and use that redeploy to his advantage to get on these guys a little bit sooner. He might have been able to collect a few more kills out of the situation, but ends up overall working in his situation, collects 1 out of it. There's one more guy here. He has a jump pad to work with, knowing now that this guy disengaged with the baller.
There's a scar right there.
I was about to say there's another baller too, so I'm wondering what he might use in this situation, the baller or the jump pad. He's not picking up the stack of wood behind him either.
He didn't pick up the stack of wood or the medkit, so he just kind of lost out on that heal there. He has an open spot here. Luckily, like you said, there was that jump pad there to his disposal, but maybe in that instance, that baller would have been a little bit more useful. He would have got more ground. And look at his mat count, man. He only has a total of 600 here, 200 of each. So let's see if he could do some work with what he's got right now.
And this is kind of what I expected to see out of him a little bit more, is using those redeploys just to gain the space advantage on these third-party.
And there's a guy right next to him. He could have easily shotgunned him in the back there. Instead, he's going to box up, going to try and take the wall here. And he's got to be very careful. He's got one guy pushing him. He's got the storm coming in as well. Player is very weak. Does knock the one player. Did knock off some shield there. And
chug splashes
chug
are
splashes,
essential.
exactly. I wouldn't have used them right there in that instance. I would have waited to get out of circle. But, hey, some people just like doing different stuff. And it might have worked out for him there because he decided to, drop the chug splashes for those minis there. Going to focus on one more player. Can he get the kill? Currently 8 kills on the board here. 7 kill difference on these players. Going to box up. Did get more mats here, which is good. Going to go for some box fights here. And I'm not sure how much damage he's going to be able to do when they're box fighting. And that player has an RPG as well.
Yeah, he's definitely getting some help by this third party. Hopefully they're able to break. Oh, and now it comes in on him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this opportunity to maybe disengage, get a better angle on these guys. He's in a little bit of a rough spot being on the low ground here. And again, the good thing is he does finally have some mats. His heals are all the way up, but the stinks come in, and that's not what he needed to drop almost 50 health out of nowhere on him. So he's going to be a little bit hard to regain in this situation when he's got 2 or 3 people all pinching in. Still got to worry about the RPG, maybe gaining one of these corners or doing some splash damage here. Good thing is he does have 7-kill lead so far, though.
Yeah, man, those things are so deadly. He realized he's very weak. He's going to disengage, pop some minis here. And like Nick's pointing out in the chat here, man, these players are so good at the game, but they don't pay attention to what's in their inventory and what's on the floor. And there's so much RNG in this game, man. You can't make it hard on yourself by, like, not picking up the really good weapons. Luckily, though, he is able to disengage from this fight here, and he has all these geysers and the slipstream as well to kind of disengage. Gonna go for a chest, and you gotta hope there's a chug minis. Okay, minis are good, but in this instance, you want some sort of health heals. He does have the, whatever you want to call this, tomato temple,
right,
to loot up. Hopefully, find a med kit, but some players did drop up right above him as well, so he's got to be careful. He is a little bit low on his HP there. He has a total of, what is that, 95 total?
And you having a little bit more hours than me, Blendy, I wanted to ask you this because you might know where it is, but I might have only, because I feel like there's a few different campfire sites around here.
Yes, there is one closer if he goes a little bit more to his north there, up on that mountain, right next to the geyser is a campfire.
So I kind of was expecting him to not go for that chest.
Beautiful shots there, by the way. Took off a lot of this guy's damage, his health, I should say. Player's very weak. He can easily get the skill here.
Doing a really good job of recognizing that the guy is trying to disengage, not letting him lose sight of where he is, but this other guy is doing a good job of boxing up, making sure the go-to-bed trigger can't land the shot, but he does anyway. The separate shots come in from his teammate. He's trying to fall down. He collects on it, and this is exactly what go-to-bed trigger is doing such a great job of making sure he does, is solidifying the kills and not going down before he can do that, because look at the kill lead. 8 going into winners finals. That's going to be a huge deficit for Spieler to try to, I guess, regain on. And then again, to add on top of that, you have to do that against go-to-bed trigger, who, as we see here, is an absolute machine.
Man, he's getting focused on 2 different teams here, but he's handling very well. Going to decide to box up, take some more minis here, get back up to 50 shield here. 9 kills. He's playing out of his mind right now. He's got to focus this one player right above him, though. He's going to, unfortunately, take some fall damage there and a lot of his shield and he'll taken off there. Going to box up and put some traps just in case his player decides to get greedy and hop right in there. But he's got to try and get some sort of heal, whether it's some minis or some of those band-aids off right now, because he is very low here, and this is not the spot you want to be in when you're getting focused on by 2 different teams here.
Exactly, and as you called out, he did such a great job of dropping 2 traps, which is sometimes the mistake I see some of these inexperienced players making, is they just put 1 trap down. And it's really easy for a player to not only recognize which wall that trap is, but to avoid it. By placing down 2, it causes a situation for them to have to focus on 2 separate walls, and the amount of damage it takes for them to take out both of those is a little bit tricky. So as you saw go to bed trigger, he decides to put up a ramp, gives him time to pop the minis and the bandages, get as much health as he can. And there's still 9 people left to work with, so he's probably just trying to utilize this situation as much as he can to maybe third party and hopefully collect on 1 or 2 if he can. But he's not really worried about getting the victory necessarily, since he's already up 8 kills.
And look at that. A player actually just got 2 more kills, so that's 2 less kills that go to bed trigger can get here. And he's going to focus on his 1 player. 30 shield on that player. Player still has some shield left on him. Going to try and take the wall. Successfully does take it, but that player is going to get up on the high ground. And that RPG shot luckily did not hit him, but that fall damage did take him for 14 HP there. Going to easily just pop that band-aid off there, get that back, and look at his mat count as well. He has 300, 200 brick to work with, and it's going to quickly dwindle down. And where did that RPG come from? And, okay, so this guy RPGs him, and then just decides to fall off. Like,
Suicide.
Come on, dude.
Oh, my goodness. So,
I mean, you know, a little play on words here. You got to think that go to bed trigger's a little bit triggered right now by that.
I definitely would be, because, again, you're now watching these final guys in the circle here. There's, 4 or 5 people left? That's 2, 3, 4 kills, depending on how things go, that he could have collected on just to extend that lead going into the second round here. And this is the important question here for you, Blendy.
Let me know. Tell me.
Spieler, you're down 8 kills going up against Go to Bed Triggered.
Ooh, that is not fun.
Yeah, what are we looking at to do here if you're in that situation, or what can he do, I guess?
So we haven't had a chance to spectate Spiel too much in Season 2 or Season 3, but he did drop at Paradise, so I hope that's his spot. I hope he just masters that location and drops there every time, because Paradise, I feel like it's a new Tilted. It's so hot there. There's a lot of chance for, like, mats. You can easily walk out of there with max wood, brick, and steel. There's a bunch of, like, chests there, and like I said, there's a lot of players that drop there, so you gotta hope Spiel just drops in Paradise, just gets, like, a Scar, full shield, and a shotgun right away, and just dominates Paradise, you know?
And he kind of has to at this point, because I keep pushing that, but in a kill-based lead where you're down 8,
ooh,
that's a tough comeback.
That is, especially with the player like Go to Bed Triggered, who isn't going to just like, oh, I'm up by 8 kills, okay, I'm just going to chill. No, he's going to W key everyone. He's going to play exactly how he played in round 1 and make that kill deficit just so much higher and make it so much harder for Spiel to, come back there. And look at that. It looks like one player might drop at Fatal. That might be Spiel here.
So I think
I love Fatal.
I was going to say, yeah, that's especially with that one little, like, pallet room that has maybe 1 or 2 chests. You can at least get a gun, some shields, but you're walking out of there with a good 500-600 mats.
Yeah. And look at it. I don't know if you saw that bus pattern there. It starts at Fatal, ends at Lazy. If Paradise is Spiel's spot, this is perfect for him because it's going to be so hot. It's right out the bus path. There's going to be a lot of players going for that right there. So, I mean, Spiel's going to have like an amazing start here because Triggered is one of those players who is very good at the game. And if you don't make that kill deficit like smaller in the very beginning, or like if Trigger doesn't die right away, it's going to be so hard to come back from that. And it looks like Spiel is actually going to go for a bit of a slower drop here. Going to drop up. I'm not sure if he's going to go to the block or up on that mountain to get the baller there. But
it'd be a little bit interesting to see what his strategy is here. Like you said, there's a lot of different ways he could play this one out. Go to bed Trigger's kind of sitting pretty here. He has the opportunity to really let Spieler kind of be his worst enemy depending on how things work out for him. Nick has done such a great job of talking about how the RNG is in itself hard enough to deal with. So
it's horrible, man.
Anything you can do to just make sure the game is a little bit more consistent for yourself is great. I like the idea of going in this location just because of the baller. We talked about earlier the free 200 shields. The only downside is when you come here and there's only, this right here. He's got, no shields to set up. Oh, he gets a half shield.
That's not really a good setup. I mean, he does have that drum gun for, like, up close. But, man, that infantry rifle isn't too good for up close. I mean, like, sometimes in the very beginning of the game, you can get away with not having a shotgun by having, like, a regular AR. But that infantry rifle, man, it is not the weapon you want to have in the very beginning when you're trying to go for like high kill games here. It is good if you're very accurate and you're able. Oh, and look at that, a pump shotgun, beautiful, beautiful. Now you gotta hope that there's a lot of players over at the block right now. Look at this, perfect loadout for him. He finally has a shotgun, has that drum shotgun and an AR. And man, those boogie bombs are gonna come in so clutch as well. I mean, we saw a lot of players do it earlier, and that boogie bomb just saves your life sometimes.
Especially knowing that he has this blue pump combo, so he only has to land one well-placed shot to basically win the gun engagement here. And I think you did a great job of recognizing that the block is a really great place for him to hopefully pick up kills. He finds one guy off guard. Who knows how much time they actually had to loot
36
here.
Pump shotgun there, and that is exactly why the pump shotgun is not my favorite shotgun of choice here. I mean, he was so close to that player. Luckily, he did hit that player for 110 right after, but man, he is so close. Hits him for 36, man. I mean,
and now
that's rough.
Yeah, he's completely out of mats. He's not in a situation or a place where you can really even get more without exposing himself here. He does have the 2 boogie bombs to work with or buy himself some time, but these jump slaps are not going to be helping him out here.
And he doesn't have any mats here. It looks like he might go down here. He's going to try and use these boogie bombs to his advantage. Unfortunately, does go down there. Go to bed Triggered. What a surprise going into the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing why exactly he won last season. I mean,
he's an animal.
Yeah, and Spieler did an okay job of, trying to push it or see exactly what he could do there. But at the same time, I don't know.
It was the mats that really got him there because he had a really good loadout. If he was able to like farm up there and even have like 200 wood, he could have easily just like pushed up on that player, had a blue pump, could have easily pumped him in the head. But man, when you're playing Fortnite with no mats, it is so tough, man. I mean, It feels like a whole different game, man, because all these players, they're going to have a bunch of mats. They're going to have all these mats, and you have nothing, and they can easily just, like, shoot at you. If you shoot back, they'll build a ramp, and then you're kind of screwed. You can't do anything about that. You're going to shoot at the ramp, but then the player's going to focus on you. He tried to take, like, some shelter in that what's it called, the sign there, because he can't destroy the sign, but he couldn't make it, man. It was just so unfortunate there, just because Spiel had that loadout to be aggressive to get the kills there, but it was just a mats that was his downfall.
And even if he lands the boogie bomb on that guy, hits the pump and knocks him, he's still without shield, without mats, and still has to land another boogie bomb and a whole nother pump shotgun to hopefully take that guy down. And as we talked about earlier, the inconsistencies with the pump right now, or just shotguns in general, are sometimes what's frustrating, because as you saw in that gunfight, he landed the first pump and got, what, 37 damage? That's kind of hard to work with.
It was like 36. And then that's what I was talking about. Like, it was 36 to the head. Normally, if the pump wasn't vaulted back in, like, whatever season it was vaulted in, the start of season, or like start of season I was vaulted, right? Back then, if you would have pumped someone in the head for that close, it would have easily been like 100, maybe 200 shot there. But 36, man. What is that?
It's not worth it anymore. It's too much of a risk when you have other shotguns out there like the combat shotgun who are going to reward you with the ability to take more shots faster.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that player decided to just like fly away with that impulse. If he would have gotten that player, I think his chance would have been a little bit better, because maybe that player had a bunch of mats his name and could have easily like gotten his mats there. But it was just a couple things that played into him dying there, which was unfortunate. But Trigger does find a team here, and I love how he's just like pushing up with these players. He has no fear in his heart right now. He's just pushing up on every single player here. And he knows he's won, so at this point, he's just going for as many kills as possible and going for the win here. And nice drum shotgun there. That's exactly what we're talking about. A drum shotgun in the hands of a player who's really good, it's very, very dangerous. And we just saw that right there.
The thing that blows my mind is it's a gray drum shotgun. He destroyed that man, barely took, if at all, any damage. He has one more guy trying to engage him from above here, but you're going up against Go to Bed Triggered. I don't know if that's the smartest thing in the world to be doing.
And this man has a drum shotgun. Look at that, 72 damage on that, and just cleans it up like that. I mean, that's just disgusting, dude. I mean, this dude is an animal.
He's a walking highlight reel right now.
He is, dude. He is. Like, every time we spectate this man, he's just dropping high kill games. He's doing these plays that are just like, okay. And, I mean, there's a reason this man won all of Season 2, and that's because he's just an absolute beast. He has the building mechanics. He has the micro decision making, and he has the aim. I mean,
look at these shots.
Just phenomenal shots.
Don't corner peek him. What are you doing thinking you can challenge Go to Bed Triggered?
This man's like, I'm just going to, like, wait for him to come out here, and boom, you're dead. Dude, you don't do that when you're going against this man. And look at that 150 shot to the head there. Makes it look so easy. When I use that shotgun, Mario, I'm lucky if I get like 70. This man's just like, oh, you're there? 150. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. You can challenge this other player. 39 to the head there. This player made a very, very bad decision there by challenging him, and he paid the price, and now he's back to the lobby. Go to Bed Triggered with his 7th kill of the game. 16 kills for these 2 games, Mario. I mean, and he's not even done yet. There's still 30 people left.
It's disgusting what this man is doing to everybody in this lobby. You hear what is going down in Salty Springs right now. You're looking in the bottom corner, watching this man's name go off.
Oh, my gosh.
Time and time again. If I'm anyone in this area, I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming near. And look,
he's going to push up on this other team fight. He's going to easily clean up his players, by the way. Look at that. 72 right away. Perfect shots there. Unfortunately, he did get sniped, but he did get that knock here. He just has to be a little bit careful now. There's going to be 2 people focusing on him. He did get sniped. He does have this replay, so if he does get shot down, he's just fine. And he has another jump pad to his disposal. Going to find a chug in here. I'm going to do it one day, Mario.
I like it. I like it. You tried to read the moment. It was there.
You do it all the time, dude. On accident.
The RNG just apparently is in my casting favor for whatever
reason. You do it
reason.
on accident, too. You're like, oh, man, he really needs a shot. Okay, there you go.
What did I call out earlier?
Shields, dude. He's like, you're like, oh, man, there's a llama there, and, these shields or these chug splashers are so good. I'm not going to just ignore how he just shot and played out of the sky, by the way. But you're just calling out like, man, these chug splashers are just so good. Opens the llama, chug splash. It's just like, all right, dude. Like, really, buddy? You're not even trying.
I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. I make it look way too easy. Oh.
Look at the...
Speaking of making things look too easy.
What are you doing, Triggered? I mean, I want to know what this man eats for breakfast.
Look at Spieler's face in the background. He's just shaking his head going, I know what this man can do. And
that's his dual partner. Like, he knew what he was getting himself into when he was going up against him, man. And, I mean, he was just over peaking, dude. He just, oh my gosh. I mean, I love spectating these two players. I mean, both players absolutely amazing,
Just
and
destroying people.
Triggered is just like top tier, man. I mean,
yeah.
this dude is just an absolute monster.
So 10 points going to him.
I mean, at this point, man, I mean, normally we're like, grand finals, anyone can come back here, but it's go to bed Triggered. So it's like, yeah, so he just got the 10 points there. GG's.
Yeah, I hope whoever's going up against him isn't offended by me saying that, but I'm pretty sure everybody in chat is on board with us saying that this man is absolutely on fire, not just tonight.
Man,
but
you know what? It's because it's so tough. When you're going from the loser side of the finals, you have to beat the player in 2 series. That's 4 matches. You have to be like playing really out of your mind, getting all these kills.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like if there's one player that could do it, it's Spiel. Just because this dude is so good. He is absolutely amazing at the game. So, I'm not able to see it, Mario, but if Spiel comes back, that's going to be insane. Because, I mean, go to bed Trigger just playing on another level right now.
If that happens,
I need you to text me. Like, I need you to FaceTime me, Mario. You have my number. I need you to FaceTime me, like, right away.
I'm not even going to, I'm just going to be, you're going to get, like, a voicemail from me, and it's not even going to be able to translate it because my voice is just, like, gone. It's just going to be, like, one of those old school, like, kind of like when you have the stream lag and it doesn't match your lips. That's what you're going to get from me. My voice is just going to be gone. I'm just going to be like.
That is true. But, unfortunately, my time here is up. Mario is going to continue the cast. I need to go home and read up on some geography books because Kathy just embarrassed me on stream earlier.
Just a little bit. She made us feel really.
I'm very upset. But, Mario, I believe in you. We have some great gameplay coming up ahead. You're going to do amazing, my friend. We're going to go on a quick break, though. When you guys come back, though, we're going to have even more insane Fortnite gameplay coming soon.
Bam.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
That's how much they already miss Blindy. They forgot my name. He's gone and out the building. But we are back. Fortnite is here, guys. It's Fortnite Friday Frenzy, and we're getting to the finals of a lot of the matches. So I hope you guys are excited. You got your popcorn emotes ready because that's one of my favorites. You got the salt to put on top of the popcorn ready to go. Your dance moves because it's down to the best players that we're going to be seeing. And as you guys saw, we didn't get a lot of gameplay footage from Spieler, but Go to Bed Trigger, last season's champion, so far this season putting on an absolute fantastic show for you guys. So we're going to switch over to one of the other locations, see what they have going on for us. But again, every single night of the week, you guys, the Fortnite Frenzy is going on Friday nights, 7. So you guys don't want to miss that. And the Esports Arena every other night of the week has got something going on for you guys. So as you guys can see behind me right now, we got Tulsa loaded up here. And it's our main man. Oh, so you guys know this is going to be a good one. We got Wrecked and Superior going right back at it. And what's going to be a little bit tough about this is you got Superior trying to make the run from loser's bracket. So he's got to take Wrecked out twice. And if you guys remember what we saw Wrecked do earlier, that's going to be a huge task to ask for Superior. So we see that both of these players seem to be going the locations that they like the most. Rect obviously going Mega Mall. One of the newer locations has been updated, and it seems to be a lot of players, I guess, second place to land. Not everyone's favorite place because the RNG here is so different. Mats aren't that great, so we'll see what he walks out of here. Right now, just kind of looking for shields. Not exactly sure how I feel about the random trap, especially because it can come in handy later on. But hopefully it might pick him up a random kill just like that. So what do I know? Catches this guy off guard, not even knowing he's here. And an easy 2 kills for Rect right off the bat. So again, putting the pressure on Superior in the loser side already. You can see the smiles coming in from all of his friends in the background already. Catches this guy off here, trying to make the rotate on him, and I like him kind of just disengaging, getting away, maybe trying to get the high ground once he can get out into this lobby here, but thinking he doesn't have a lot of mats to work with, so he's kind of recognizing that and still able to loot at the same time, which is great. And that's one of the pluses and minuses to coming to Mega Mall overall. You're always going to have to worry about the third-party team fights coming in here, and he's doing a really good job of just kind of recognizing where all the different angles and sound cues are coming from to make sure he's not getting third-partied or going to get taken out, because we know the skill that I Superior has. So if he goes down early here, only having a kill lead of 2, it's going to make things really tough. And now he's just trying to make sure he doesn't get pushed too hard, buying some time with the grenades. He has no shields to work with, just bandages. He takes a shot from behind all the way down to 43. The combat comes in. He's doing everything he can to try to land some shots. He's got 3 more walls to work with, but it just doesn't work out in his favor when he's getting pushed by 2 separate people. So now he's giving a little bit of time over to iSuperior to work with here. There's a total of 48 people left on the map. The first circle hasn't even started to move yet. The only problem is iSuperior has probably one of the worst loadouts to work with. So the pressure really is on Superior to get to a location that has some supplies that he can load himself up with to hopefully do something about this, because if you're iSuperior, this is exactly what you wanted to happen, you know, especially when you see Rect get 2 kills right off the bat like that. So he's doing a really good job here of finding this campfire, getting all matted up, but he's got to make his way to Mega Mall. And when you're making your way to Mega Mall without any shields, all you have is a deal and a combat shotgun, I'm going to say that you really need to focus up on mats, because that's probably what's going to help you really win all of your gunfights or make sure you come out the victor. Because any bullets that you take without any heals, you can't disengage, you can't heal up. He doesn't even have, unfortunately, even traps to buy himself some time. He does find the bandages here. His real hope is to get some chug splashes, maybe even a slurp juice, but again, knowing that Mega Mall has already been kind of picked through here, he's got to worry about where these guys are, knowing that his teammate went down here, or his opponent. It's going to make things a little bit tricky, and he's already getting pressured here. He hears the chest above him, but he doesn't really have the opportunity to go for it since this guy has the wall on the outside. And look at that. They give it to him. So I'm surprised that the other team didn't decide to pressure him at all, but they might not know the information that we have, that he's weak here. So he's trying to listen for the sound cues, get information on exactly where these guys are, and he finds the fat shield just kind of out in the open here. So hopefully he's able to get this off and maybe find a few kills to kind of equal up the lead here, since this is round 1, grand finals, you guys. This is actually, I believe, if you look in the bottom left corner, we got Tulsa here. Doing a really good job of using these to kind of disengage, getting into the slipstream just to buy himself some time. At the same time, though, you don't want to get too far away from these guys because he's really got to use this information to hopefully get these kills, get the confirmations to at least go into round 2 equaled up here. But Rect is not in a bad position because, again, keep an eye on the fact that Superior is coming from the loser's side. So he does have to make the full bracket reach set, which can be a little bit tough. Yeah, Shortus, we got to watch Rect and Ice Superior go at it earlier, and it was kind of the same thing except reversed, where it was pretty much all Rect, and we didn't get to see a whole lot of gameplay from Ice Superior. So right now we're seeing Ice Superior get to play it out, and then we're kind of just, unfortunately, watching Rect see what's going to happen here. This is only round 1, so if Superior is able to tie it up and put that pressure back on Rect to go into round 2, where things get really interesting to see if that bracket reset is going to happen or not. But right now, I don't disagree with what Ice Superior is doing. He's not really in a rush to get anywhere or do anything. You're really trying to hope that other people come into the situation to help you with these gunfights here, and catches this guy completely off guard, unaware that he's here at all. Hopefully he's able to get this confirmation. That's exactly what he needed, so he diminished the lead to only 1 for Rect. Let's see if he can find where this other guy is. He's trying to find Superior in the cornfield here, and all Superior is trying to do is line up this headshot with the deagle, and then he's going to push him with the tack. I'm surprised he's not pushing him with the tack now. He's got the mat counts to win this. The storm's pushing in, so he's really got to make sure he only lands a few shots and gets the confirmation. The builds come in. Hopefully this guy doesn't have a jump pad and disengages and completely gets away from Ice Superior here. But Ice Superior just doing a really good job of utilizing the cornfield, making sure that this guy couldn't get eyes on exactly where those deagle shots were coming from. Unfortunately, didn't land any of the shots, which would have probably made that easier, but either way, he walks out the victor, is able to equalize the lead now, gets into the slipstream, should be able to get into the storm. And now the question is he going to be able to take the lead? Again, he is coming from loser side, so any kill he can get is really going to help make that bracket reset push happen for his favor. But the mat count isn't going to matter when your head gets just absolutely destroyed. And oh my goodness, I feel so bad because I'm trying not to laugh, but you see the reactions coming in from everybody in the Tulsa. They're wrecked, everybody in the background. That's the problem with Fortnite. Absolutely anything can happen at any moment, and he's making the rotate, feeling really good about himself, collecting the 2 kills, equalizing the lead going into the next round, and then just gets absolutely destroyed by somebody probably picking up the sound cues that there was a gunfight going on there. So it's 2-2. Grand finals of Tulsa here, guys. You saw a little bit of Ice Superior and what he was able to do. Do you think that the bracket reset is coming in? We're getting a lot of love from the Tulsa location. How about you, Carl? What do you think? Okay. I can respect that, Carl. So Carl thinks that this is going to be a close match. He thinks that the bracket reset is going to happen because you guys in chat want to see more Fortnite action. I don't know how I feel about that, Carl. Rect has been doing what his name implies and wrecking everybody all night. So, I'll think about that one, Carl. Let's see. Shortest, I believe in you. Carl is definitely top tier. We have to agree with that. So they're getting into the lobby, getting ready to get this game underway here for you guys here. I was about to call out that his mats were a little bit low depending on his rotation there before he got sniped, but it obviously doesn't matter there. This is what's going to be curious is we've seen a lot of players throughout the night, and last season's the ones that are really successful really find a pattern that works for them and locations that really are familiar so that they can move quick and just continue to collect on those kills. And that's what we're seeing happen with Rect right now. He's going right back to Mega Mall where he feels comfortable, probably knows his natural flow of where he wants to go for guns and shields and everything. And unfortunately doesn't find a whole lot off the bat. There, I believe, were some minis I saw out of the corner of my eye that I think he avoided, but sometimes going for a gun is more important than shields right off the bat, especially when you have attack right in front of you. So again, now you can see why this is sometimes a great place to come. He's already up almost 200 mats, and now it's just a hunt for shields and trying to collect as many kills as he can, keeping an eye on Superior in the corner, seeing if anything happens with where he landed as well. Okay, Shorters. Siege is a really good game, really strategic. I appreciate Siege because it takes a lot of the guesswork randomness out of the game, which you see happen in Fortnite a lot. As you said, I don't recall that the Esports Arena during Season 3 has any Siege events going on. Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, yeah, everything is different this week, but if the community gets big enough or you guys start showing up, who knows, the Esports Arenas might have some Siege events going on. I know they've had some in the past, just not this season. Hoping that the sniper shot lines up, but he misses there. Luckily, he has the semi, so he could have landed a second shot, but beautiful drop-down edits coming in, gets the bottom floor. The attack comes out here, disengages, and now it's just playing a corner since the third party's coming in as well. Doing a really good job of utilizing the sound cues, figuring out exactly where these guys are coming, and you can see him deciding to push when the third party comes in, because now all he has to do is collect one, maybe two shots on this guy since he's weak. The wall edit comes in and he collects on the kill. Doesn't take any regular damage, which is perfect because now he has minis and a fat shield to get all the way up to 100. So he's looking pretty darn good here, and well then. Superior goes down. So we'll get some confirmation on how many kills Superior was able to get, because I did see one or two maybe go down in the corner as this was going on. But I believe with that confirmation that Rekt was able to get, he is either tied or holding the lead here. So he might just need to get one more down and confirm on it, which is what exactly happened right now. And I want to say that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the kill that Rekt needed to solidify the win and go home the grand finals winner this week for Tulsa. We'll get a little bit of confirmation here. I think that's what he's waiting for himself, but you can see on his face that he's trying to hold back the smile as much as possible. So each week, Shortest, the prize pool, each location has its own prize pool. We put it up on screen a little bit earlier. It depends on how many players show up and compete. So the more players that show up and compete, the bigger the prize pool each week for each location. And then the best part is at the end of the season, so there's 8 total weeks. This is week 2. On week 8, the top 2 players from each location are going to fight it out for a chance to compete in the Code Red tournament, sponsored by Dr. Disrespect. And that will be an opportunity for them to compete for $15,000. So there's a chance to qualify for $15,000, and then on top of that, every single week there's a paid out prize pool. So if you want more information, you can definitely find that out in chat. Exclamation point, I believe it's Maturino. Exclamation point locations, that will give you all the 7 locations that these tournaments are going on, all the information about how you need to enter the tournament. And then on top of that, that will give you a little bit more insight on, as you said, if Fortnite is not your game, what other events the Esports Arena does have going on. Because Monday nights is League of Legends. Tuesdays they have pretty much what we call Blizzard Night. Any Blizzard game that you would want to play, they have available for you. Wednesday is Wednesday Night Fight Night, so all the different Fight Nights games that you can think about. Thursdays is your Smash Brothers Ultimate Smash, and then Friday is what we're going over right now. So Rekt is trying to put on the pressure on these two guys, building on him. These guys are not afraid, though. They're coming right after him. He landed that sniper shot, but unfortunately just doesn't happen anything with him. So bam. So we're going to hop right back on board with Colorado Springs, and it looks like it's a reset game 1. So this is a little bit exciting to see. We've maybe had a few bracket resets. The probably this whole time in the esports arena. And as Belindy brought up earlier before he left, that's one of the hardest things to do in any kind of competitive environment is not only win once, but twice against somebody, especially in a high competitive environment like this, which is Fortnite. So you can see Plucky doing his best here, trying to box up just to get these shields off and hopefully extend the lead as much as possible. You can see Toxic from the loser side holding the lead by 1 kill here. So this is really important for Plucky just to maybe get one of these. How do you feel about the new Modern Warfare, Shortest? Because looked off the footage and a lot of the rumblings and talks from people that have been playing the new Modern Warfare, a lot of them are saying it's a lot like Siege, and they're excited for the more methodical or slower gameplay. But like I said, keep working on what you're passionate about. I know the esports arena is always looking for communities to grow with, so they'll probably be super excited to get some Siege events going on if you can help out your local community with that. Plucky looking here to get this second kill here. He's already got the lead by 2. No shields to work with, all out of shotgun ammo, so it's all about this drum gun here in the wall retake if he can land it. Both players are fighting for it. He doesn't collect on it, gets the window, unfortunately goes down, but I don't think it matters. So we'll get some confirmation on the score here, but a good basically reset, which we don't get to see happen a whole lot in Fortnite, because once a player gets the lead, is able to establish themselves in dominance, sometimes it's hard to kind of take away that momentum from them, which can, again, be a little bit tough here. So we'll get some more information on who's moving forward there. But so far, I'm really curious to see who you guys have probably been most impressed with throughout the night. Spieler putting on a great show, Go to Bed Trigger putting on a great show, Rect putting on a great show. We got a few matches out of our Oakland location earlier tonight. Dymide, Rogue, all of those guys over there putting on an amazing show. So it's been great to see these guys grow on a weekly basis. And the point spread throughout these locations, the names that we're seeing is always cool. So I'm right there with you, Shortest. If you're there in Tulsa, definitely let them know what you'd be willing to do or work out with them. Like I brought up, each night they got different things going on, which is huge. Huge shout outs to 24 Hour Fitness by helping us out by providing the opportunity for you guys to have a place and games to compete in, which is awesome. And then again, huge shout outs for this whole thing being powered by the Marines. They're helping us out by providing an opportunity for Fortnite to go on every night, which is huge. So we're having a lot of fun, seeing a lot of great things that are exciting. And I don't know about you guys, but the amount of snipes that we've seen tonight has been ridiculous as well. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So we just got confirmation, you guys, that it basically came down to a tie. So we're going right into Tulsa, a tiebreaker situation, which I don't know about you guys, but the pressure, you want to talk about being turned up to a whole nother level. So I'll get confirmation with production, but usually our tiebreakers is a race to first of 5 kills, or whoever ends up walking out with the most kills if someone goes down, which is, as we've seen in Fortnite, sometimes what happens, someone lands in a hot spot really trying to push for those 5 kills, they get knocked, and as long as that other person gets 1 kill, they'll walk out the victor. But I do believe that is going to be the situation, is a race to 5 kills. And for a bracket reset to happen and then maybe to come out the victor for that is huge. Perfect. So got confirmation, that's the rule set. And the reason that's so big is first place is walking away with 10 points. Second place is 6. That 4-point spread can make such a big difference week on week. 28 points if you go first place over 7 weeks. That's huge. There's no way to catch up on that except, like we talked about, the final 2 weeks being double points. You walk away first or second is huge. So we'll hop right into the gameplay here. Looks like they're on board. We're with Rect here. And a little bit of a different location for him with landing at Polar Peak over Mega Mall. We didn't see the bus path to see if maybe that had anything to do with it or not, but doing a really good job of recognizing there's someone right on this corner and he's already got a gun to work with here. The tricky part is making sure he doesn't go down, because then that gives all of the pressure over to Superior. Is just relieved. So I like the idea that he's kind of taking the time to recollect himself. He has the shadows to work with if he needs it. He pulled out the green pump, and he gets the shields. So he's really got to get these off and land a headshot here. He's got to throw this splash out. He's got to get these shields. It's going to make the world of difference here. Oh my goodness. And if you're wrecked, that's probably the scariest thing that you want to happen to you, because you don't get the confirmation. So he doesn't even have a kill to his name yet. This is sudden death. Superior is still alive, and it looks like he's got 1 kill on his name already. So if I'm not mistaken, we'll get confirmation. The trap comes in. He leaves the lobby. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe Superior, even though we didn't get to see it, got the knock, got the confirmation, and is walking away the Tulsa victor after making the losers bracket reset. So a crazy turn of events there. You have Wrecked, who put on an absolute run of a show earlier. My goodness, he had what, the 13-14 kill victory royale. On top of that, I believe dropped a 10 bomb the next game we watched, forced him into it. So this is exciting, you guys. So Tulsa decided to turn it up today. So hopefully you guys, like I said, you got the popcorn out, you got the salt, you guys are all ready for this. I'm looking over in chat because Shorter said he would be right back. Hopefully he didn't miss that action, but my goodness, you can see everybody in the background at that location right now just at a loss for words, because we talked about it earlier. Fortnite is so random at times, but what the Esports Arena is doing, providing a point system for kills on a weekly basis, kind of helps make it a little bit easier to deal with, because you have one bad week and you take home second place and you have 6 points, and the next week you take home first. So it helps that as long as you're being consistent or you're doing what you're supposed to. And someone in chat brought up earlier that, you know, all these guys are on such a competitive level, and the skill level for all these guys is probably right there, where it's the small, minute details that are really going to start to kind of separate the first, second, third place. And when we talk about the point spread, you know, first place 10, second place 6, third place, I believe 5, and then fifth place is 4. Everyone else is 3 after that. So it's really going to be about showing up every week and trying to get first, second, and third to make sure that that spread isn't too high on yourself. But I like that, Shortest. You said your TV was high in the background. I totally do that sometimes when I have to run and get something to drink, or I don't want to miss what's going on in these Fortnite events. I mean, you have all these different Fortnite tournaments going on, and what's so cool about the Esports Arena is there's 7 different locations, so it's a national event. You know, all these locations are playing against themselves right now, which is kind of huge, and we're getting a lot of camaraderie, a lot of natural rivalry behind these players as well, which is something I want to bring up too. We want to start seeing some friendly smack talk, you know. Which location do you guys really think is producing the best Fortnite players? Is it Tulsa? Is it Oakland? Is it Orange County? We guys want to see you guys excited about representing your favorite players at each location as well. So he decides to go right back to Mega Mall, and it's such a hot drop. So this could be why he's just looking to collect as many kills as he can here. And what's tricky about this is he's not getting the confirmation. So he gets 1 confirmation here, and Superior goes down as well. So now it's just an opportunity for Rec to just collect as many kills as he can to extend that lead going into round 2. So we pretty much see exactly what we'd expect him doing in the situation, kind of just playing the corners, being as safe as possible. He knows he's in a great spot to take advantage of Superior already being down. The minis and the splashes come in here, and I don't think this guy realizes exactly where he's at, so he might be able to get an easy collection here. His teammates trying to push to make sure he can't finish him off, but my man is walking away with almost 4 kills right off the bat. And he did such a great job of just buying himself time, playing that pillar, trying to use it to his advantage so he wouldn't take any damage there, but unfortunately gets pushed from 2 sides. Still, round 1, walking away with 4 kills is really going to put the pressure on I Superior. And if you're I Superior right now, I feel for you. You make the double losers bracket run. You put the pressure on Rekt. You win the... it's such a high-pressured situation for both players right now, and Rekt is doing a really good job of really recognizing that he just needs to take a time to collect his thoughts, maybe step aside, think about what he needs to do, and try to prepare for this next round. He's got a 4-kill advantage right now on Superior, so that's something to work with. And again, talking about how random Fortnite is, he could almost play around I Superior, just making sure that he's collecting kills at the same time and matching those, point for point as they come along here. So once these guys are ready, we'll hop on board here, but we'll get ready to see exactly what they're doing, because they're not buying any time. These guys in Tulsa's are just pretty much, I think they're over being this, I guess, anxious about what's going on. I mean, I don't know who's probably more frustrated about the situations that they're being put through right now, Superior or Rekt, because Rekt has been doing such a great job of being consistent and just shredding people, and then Superior's right there with him, staying hand in hand with the points, trying to stay alive, taking that first place this week. So this is super competitive, super excited. So it does look like we get... Okay, we got confirmation. It looks like Rekt only walked away with 3 kills there. So a little bit better of a sign if you're Superior. 1 less to worry about. But last time Superior came in, he went down right away. So that's kind of what Rekt is probably hoping for, is just seeing what might happen. And he gets the minis right away. So not the greatest setup in the world, but enough to buy himself a time and just be able to collect some kills one by one. And right as I say that, my man walks around the corner and finds a blue tack. So he's got a really great setup right now in a spot where there's no one around him that I saw or heard. So he's got a little bit of time to work with to collect some mats and make sure he pushes with a full setup ahead of time. Unseeming 22. No, definitely want to be here, my man. It's if you've been here so far tonight, I am just at a loss for words, because I feel super bad for Rekt, because he has been putting on a show, but I'm also super impressed with what I Superior has been able to do, because to stick with Rekt and be able to kind of just continue to push this competition on right now is huge. I mean, Rekt sent, I believe, I Superior into the losers bracket both times, and doesn't connect with any of those shots. I was hoping they would, because it looks so good. Going to be a little bit tricky since he's on ice here to collect on these boxes, depending on where this other guy is. But now he's got 1 kill to work with here, and I don't think I Superior is in any place to have anyone else push him. So that's really what Rekt is going to be using to his advantage, is knowing that he's kind of just able to take advantage of this guy being right out in the open, and Superior goes down. So we don't really need to know anything else other than the fact that Rekt has been doing what his name entails all night, destroying people, walking away the victor. I was just about to say, I think he lost where this guy was with the Shadow Bomb sound. He picked up on him in the last second here. And And this is why this area is so frustrating to be in, because it's so hard to control your character with slippery feet. You catch this guy trying to run away and box up here, and the sensitivity is just so quick for Rex as the hula hoop dance moves come out, and he shows why this man is walking away the victor. So, oh, you thought this was recorded? No, my man. This is the teddy bear. This is Carl. Carl loves everybody. He's here. This is, you see here, or is that who you were talking about not wanting to be here? Is Carl? So I hope you guys appreciate everything Carl said during that cast. He was trying to be really entertaining and keep you guys all kinds of filled for all kinds of Fortnite information. But my man Rect walks away as the Tulsa victor. Unfortunately, guys, we are out of footage and gameplay from all of our other locations for the evening, so that is going to do it for us tonight here at the Esports Arena. Before we go, though, I want to take the time to let you guys know what they have going on for each and every night of the week. So we've said this so many times tonight, but Monday, you got League of Legends. Tuesday, Blizzard events. Wednesday, they got fight games going on. Thursdays, you have Ultimate Smash, and then obviously you already know this is why you're here for Fridays. It's Fortnite. Every single night of the week, the Esports Arena is bringing you guys something different to check out and experience and have fun with. 7 total different locations for you guys to experience all that fun. You guys know where to tune in for Fortnite. So, again, this is week 2, season 3 for you guys. Huge shout outs to our partners, 24 Hour Fitness, and then, again, huge thank you to the Marines for powering this stream for Fortnite Frenzy. We really want to say thank you to all of you guys. Huge shout outs to everybody in chat that has been sticking with me, showing us love. We thank Blendy for having to cut out early, everyone in our production staff. It's been a great night. I'm Mario Papsi, and until next time, guys, it's week 3 next week, so hopefully you guys tune in. But it's been fun, and it's going to be a good night. So hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.